Ladies and gentlemen, tonight's starters on defense for the Crater Comets. At defensive back number 1, Robert Anderson. At defensive back number 2, Chase Sherry. At defensive back number 3, Bruce Politsky. At linebacker number 7, Brady Brock. At defensive back number 9, Brady Eaton. At linebacker number 14, Clayton Lassiter. At defensive back number 15, Gavin Avery. At linebacker number 20, James Root. At linebacker number 43, Tyler Ennis. Defensive line number 72, Garrett Warner. And number 78, William White. On offense for your Wilsonville Wildcats. At slot number 1, Mason Dean. At tight end number 2, Jack Kimball. At fullback number 5, Chad Overholt. At running back number 7, Lucas Gray. At quarterback number 10, Jay Snap. At wideout number 23, Peyton Dart. On the offensive line, number 57, Jake Moore. Number 65, Kate Butterworth. Number 72, Jacob Robertson. Number 73, Noah Oak. Sorry, we lost our PA system there. Finally, on the offensive line, number 76, Cody Gibson.
this is the Wilsonville School District. I think it is. Yeah, it's the Wilsonville School District, I think. Right? Or is it? Forgot to look that up. Westland Wilsonville School District. Okay. All right, you ready? You ready? Huh? Okay. All right. Hello, welcome sports fans to this live video streaming event of Table Rock Sports Productions. I'm Aaron Nilsson with Danny Canada, coming to you live from Wilsonville High School in Wilsonville, Oregon. Thank you for joining us tonight. This is the Lithia Superstore Game of the Week, powered by U.S. Cellular at Siskiyou. Features 0-0 Crater Comets visiting the 0-0 Wilsonville Wildcats. We're pleased to bring you this game on TableRockSports.net in partnership with the Westland Wilsonville School District and our participating community business partners. Be sure to download the new version of our free app. You can watch all Table Rock Sports Network events on your phone, tablet, PC, or anywhere you connect for free. We also invite fans to check out all the features on TableRockSports.net, where you can find easy access to live streaming events, Southern Oregon Sports Spotlight, and our new feature, the Alumni Watch. Danny, welcome on this 79-degree, light, breezy, sunny night here in Wilsonville. How are you doing tonight?
Oh, well, I am bright and I am sunny. I am ready for some football, Aaron. It's football week, right? We had kickoff last night with the NFL, kickoff tonight with high school sports. Yeah, we've had a few college games already. This is the season, man. It's my favorite season, and we're up here in Wilsonville, like you say, a beautiful sunny Friday night. I'm ready for some football.
It is a perfect, I think, for anything out here on the field, to be outside to do anything, but football is what we have for you. Coming to you live on YouTube, which is really cool, new this year.
Yeah.
As we got Crater Comets about to come onto the field. Wilsonville already made their entrance about 7 minutes from kickoff. Unfortunately, we weren't able to hear from either of the coaches, but we do have comments from them, and I was able to talk to Randy Waite, the head coach for Crater, a couple weeks ago. Featured them, put that up this morning on our YouTube channel and our Facebook page. It's a preview of Crater Comets, since that's the team we are covering. We're following all of their games. Tonight we're at Wilsonville for the season opener. This is a kickoff, the 2019 season. And these two teams have quite the history, which we'll get to as soon as we get back from this break. We're ready for the national anthem. We'll be right back here on TableRockSports.net.
K is your on-the-go tailgate headquarters. Whether it's a home game or a road game, when you need a big play, call on My Circle K. From their always fresh premium brewed coffee, ice-cold fountain drinks and sodas, fresh made-for-travel deli items. When it comes to special teams, nothing is more special than My Circle K's Kickback Reward Program. Rewards every purchase, every time. Find them, follow them, throw a tailgate party with them. MyCircleK.com.
It takes meticulous planning, continuous monitoring, and forward thinking to deliver the perfect 3-egg omelet.
Hi, I'm Officer Vargas with the Central Point Police Department, here to talk to you about our Explorer Post. If you're between the ages of 14 and 21, the Explorer Post could be a good opportunity for you to learn about a career in law enforcement. Explorers will learn about numerous aspects of the career in law enforcement, from ride-alongs, weekly trainings, and annual competition against other Explorer Posts. For more information, come visit us at the Central Point Police Department or call us. The Central Point Police Department, dedicated to service, committed to excellence.
We are just really happy and fortunate that we are able to support their 4-H FFA programs. We're really proud of that.
SHRM's Food for Less and Thunderbird, their support to this auction is just immeasurable, from not only purchasing the animals, but the support for the kids, the support for the expo grounds here. I cannot say enough about Sherman, Wanda, and their contributions to the program and the fairground.
Welcome back to TableRockSports.net. Aaron Nilsson, Danny Canada, joining you from Wilsonville High School in Wilsonville, Oregon. This is the Lithia Superstore Game of the Week presented by Siskiyou Cellular. So we are just about 4 minutes away from kickoff. We'll see if they stick to that or not. But these two teams, as mentioned just right before the break, Danny, bring up, because these two teams played 2 times last season, including one of the playoff games. What happened in those 2 games last year? You were there for both of them.
I was. Well, they opened up last year at Crater. And if you remember, Aaron, we had some awful fires and some awful smoke last year, so the boys couldn't really practice outside on the field, so they had to do all their practicing inside the gym. And you know what that's like. That's like Ezekiel Elliott down there in Cabo getting in football shape while he's working out on the beach. It's not the same thing.
When it's optimal.
It's exactly. If you're not out there hitting, if you're not out there on the field, if you're not out there making those cuts, because you practice totally different in the gym. They got walloped to open up the season last year, and they opened up with Wilsonville at home at Crater. Final score was 53-21. That's a tough way to start your season, especially coming out of summer, all that smoke. It was just a rough start last year. But then, not only that did Wilsonville kill them at the beginning of the season, but also ended their season with a 78-45 win over Crater here at Wilsonville last year in November. And that was a cold, hard loss. I was here for that. I remember the game. It was a tough one, and I know the boys out there on that field tonight, they want to get some revenge against Wilsonville.
32 points, 33 points are the differences in both of those games. I feel like this is going to be a different story. I did not see either of those games. I was busy covering Grants Pass, but mainly because we got to point out Nathan Overholt. So he was the starting quarterback last season, huge hole behind the center for the Wildcats. Listen to these stats, though. I mentioned him earlier. You got to see some of them. So 3,832 yards last season for Overholt. 59 touchdowns, which is a state record. 6 interceptions. He's gone.
Yeah, someone picked him up already, right?
Yeah. So I haven't seen where he is right now, what's he doing, and the captains are meeting, doing the coin toss in the middle of the field. I'm not sure where he is right now, but he is not here tonight. He is not suited up. He's graduated. He's gone. And the real thing on top of that, the person who snapped the ball to Overholt, Noah Oakes, he is the only returning full-time starter on offense for the Wildcats team. So he's good. He's the center. He's very important to what happens with the offense, but the only returning full-time starter. Now, on the other side of it, Trevor Davis, fourth year starter, or at least a third-year starter for Crater.
Well, he started for Crater last year. I wasn't doing the comments the year prior to that. So, yeah, Davis has definitely been doing the under center duties last year, coming into this year, also kicking. He's pretty decent with his foot. He's a very athletic kid.
This is so at least his second year. We talked to him a couple weeks ago, and I know he's been on the team all 4 years. He didn't play too much, if any, his freshman year, but still a lot of experience. And this Crater team, Oregon Live, so they put through every year they do football previews. That's why we have a lot of the stuff we're pulling off of. They have the headline for Crater. If you just look right under here, headline for Crater, sleeper pick for 5A state title. That's for Crater.
I think they could be.
They definitely have a lot of expectations, a lot of hope. I mean, you losing in the quarterfinals, offense still put up 45 points against Wilsonville team, who again is not returning all but one full-time starter. Kickoff, we are about to be underway here. Crater, don't know if they won the toss or not, but they will be kicking, and that is Trevor Davis, the starting quarterback, setting the ball up on the tee. Get this game going. So Crater in the all-white from right to left. And here we go. Kickoff 2019. That is bouncing into the end zone. That'll be a touchback. So no time taken off the clock. First and 10 for Wilsonville. Number 10 for Wilsonville. It's a handoff to the right. Breaking some tacklers, getting about 6 or 7 yards on that one. So starting QB is Jace Knapp, 6'2", 180 junior. He handed off to Lucas Grave, 5'9", 170 running back. We're at 2nd and 3 on the 27. And off to Grave again. Grave's got some space. He's going to the 40, the 35, the 30, and out of bounds at the 20. Great run from Graves.
And that's just not the start that the Comets are wanting to have on the road. Wilsonville, first game back, second play, haul off for a 35-yard run. That's just got to be a defeating feeling for the Comets right now. They need to stop here, and there's no way they can let the Wildcats start this drive or finish this drive with a touchdown.
And off to the right. Pick up a few more yards. They will keep that clock rolling. That was Chad Overholt. Assuming related to Nathan Overholt, the departing senior quarterback.
So Nate Overholt, looks like Davidson is where he got his only offer from. That's according to 247sports.com.
That's a pass, caught, down, and that is very close to a first down. And they might want to measure this, or it's... No, they're giving them the first down. So the second first down of this drive for Wilsonville.
That'll make it 1st and goal.
And off to Graves again, up the middle. Pushing his way down to about the 1, maybe the 2. That looks to be about the 1.5.
Oh, it's close.
Knapp will be under center. And off to Graves. Graves loses maybe a yard on that one. Job with the Crater defense busting through.
A little penetration there to push him back and kind of disrupt that handoff. That's what you got to be doing. You got to get in that backfield, try and stop that handoff from even happening.
So 3rd and goal from the 2. Knapp, another handoff to Graves, and Graves is caught. Will they keep him out? It looks like they did. That'll be 4th and goal.
Nice stop, Crater Comets. Good job bunching up, getting your eye on that ball, keeping your eye there, and just fighting forward, pushing back. Not allowing Wildcats to move that ball anywhere up the field.
And they are going for it.
Looks like it.
4th and goal from the 1. At worst, if you don't throw it away or turn it over, you have Crater backed up in their own end zone. And Nat rolling out to the left, the end zone, and that is incomplete. Crater defense.
And no flags on the field, so a clean disruption of that pass. And Crater D taking over at the 1, or a Crater offense taking over at the 1.
Oh boy.
It's a good stop, man. A stop is a stop.
So I'm going to keep track of turnovers here and first downs. So that's the first over for Wilsonville, either team. Yeah, let that clock keep going. I have to reset that. So Davis in shotgun from his own end zone. And he's going to make it out to the left and out of bounds just past the 10. And that is close to a first down. And that is a first down.
Nice design play there just to get them out of the end zone, backed up right against that goal line. You definitely don't want to be giving Wilsonville any opportunity to get a turnover, or cause a safety, or anything like that. Great QB keeper, be able to get a couple yards, give him some breathing room. Watch out. Davis going to do some magic here.
Davis in shotgun again. Throw this one over to the left. Tackled down about the 21. That was Chase Shearer. Senior Randy Waite, head coach for Crater, talking a lot about leadership, losing a lot of players, but a lot of them have been on this team for 3, some of them for 4 years. They'll be relying on that experience. Another throw, wide open. Robert Amison holds on to it. He's in Wildcat territory, down to about the 36. The second first down and a huge play.
Yeah, and a great couple passes by Davis there, just being able to get it out of his hand into the receiver real quick, let them go and make some play, do a little bit of work out there in that open field. And, yeah, like you say, out here in the Wildcats territory, still no score on the board. Comets with a great stop.
Davis another short one. Shearer. And going nowhere on that one. So pick up a few on that one, down to about the 33 now where they mark it. We're under 8 minutes here in the first, still 0-0. See on the John L. Scott scoreboard. This will be a throw to the flat. Trevor Jasko taking down a first down, out of bounds. Crater moving the ball well. Jasko's another one of those. Well, Randy Waite talking about how he's not going to go unnoticed. He's a huge weapon.
Oh, yeah, but you know what? Who else shouldn't go unnoticed there? Dawson Douglas. Great block there, allowing Jasko to get out and move upfield a little bit, be able to secure that first down. But good blocking by the wide receiver, Douglas there. Got to look at an injured player there for the Wilsonville Wildcats. On his back there, legs up.
There's your number right now. Training staff on the field.
Trying to get a number for you. Being helped up. Looks like he's doing a little limping.
That's Colby Gunther. Walking off in his own power, which is great to see.
Yep, always.
Well, I know we're hungry, so why not, before after the game, stop in at Arby's at 41 East Stewart Avenue in Medford, where they have the meats, and they mean it. Arby's at Stewart and Riverside, before or after the game.
It's going to have to be after.
Or during.
During would be good.
Yeah.
And you guys out there, you can do that. You can take it on your mobile phone. You can take your iPad with you. You can take us streaming wherever you go. But we're here, so we'll have to wait till after.
Yeah.
But it's for you. We do this for you.
In a motion, and that's a fumble. Wilsonville looks to have it, and they do. That was a bad snap. Davis didn't even get to touch it, so I'm not sure exactly what happened, but that's unfortunate. Crater moving the ball inside the red zone, and they give it right back to Wilsonville.
Well, you know, at least they didn't give it to them all the way down at the other end where they were backed up on the 1-2 yard line. But, you know, it's first game of the year. What do you know, there's going to be some of those jitters. There's going to be mishaps, little miscommunications, right? Even though these guys have been playing, a lot of them for 3 years together, you still have that time on the field where you need to regel. Congeal. They need to congeal right now.
Congeniality. Back to passes. Oh, and finds him. Nice. Very nice pass.
That was. Into some coverage. 2 Comet defenders there, still able to find open receiver and not only get yourself, some yardage, but there's another first down for the Wildcats.
Kellen Hartford with the catch. 1st and 10 from the 29. Let's go long to the left. Now through the hands. It was Peyton Dart, intended receiver. Knapp threw it well. Wilsonville, not this exact team because they only have the one full-time returning starter, but Wilsonville and head coach Adam Gunther, the state runner-up from last season, losing 30-27 to the champions Thurston. And this one is fumbled, and that's going to be a Crater ball. Tyler Ennis comes up with the ball. That is the second turnover for Wilsonville already. 3 in the first half, and we're not even halfway through the first quarter.
Yeah, like I say, it's first game jitters, especially when you're dealing with a new QB over here for the Wildcats. And, I was watching Knapp beforehand. He's got an arm on him. He was standing here just tossed, not even moving, just standing right from arm strength, and he was tossing about 40 yards. So once these guys get into a rhythm, the second half, it's going to be a completely different game.
Now Davis hands us off his reverse. Flip. Flea flicker. In the end zone. Caught, but out of bounds. That was a great catch.
That was a great little trickery play there, just to give something a try, jazz it up a little, see, back and forth before throwing it.
Hey, Trevor Jasko made that catch. It was just out of bounds, but it worked, just not completely.
That's so important, knowing where you are on the field, so you're able to give yourself that room that you need to be able to bring those feet down.
The pass dropped in the middle. Completed and down close to the 10-yard line. Dawson Douglas making that on their first series, making that block you talked about, making a catch on this one. So 2nd and maybe 1 from the 10, or excuse me, 3rd. Looks like 3rd and 1. Passing the flat again. This will be a first down, and it hit hard. And there's a flag. What's this one going to be? Holding on the offense. So this one will come back.
Oh, you got a personal foul
and a face mask
as well. So you'll have offset.
Are we going to replay the down, or is that first down? Looks like they might replay it.
Replay the 3rd down.
I went to show there's a penalty flag here on your graphic on the bottom of the screen, but that didn't show up, unfortunately. So, still 3rd and about 1.5 from the 11. Wilsonville trying to make this stop. That's going to be a first down, picked up, pushed out of bounds. Hand off to Gavin Acree. Another one expected to really step up this season.
Well, they used Acree a bunch last year as well, and he had some spectacular plays for the Comets. Definitely growing in his football knowledge and his, everything about it, speed, strength, and you'll definitely see a lot of Acree this year.
It's another first down for Crater. This one pushed out of bounds. So Acree again. He also plays DB. He is a senior. He had some injuries past 2 years. Only got 76 carries last year, but Wade talking about him being a focus of Crater's running game.
Well, he would do some fill-in duty for Tony Flores last year, who was an absolute beast, solid boulder rock. He was almost impossible to take down.
Past the middle, and he's able to hang on to it. What a catch. And that's a touchdown for Crater.
And that's Jasko right there, hauling that one in for 6.
So a 6-yard pass. Davis to Jasko.
Trevor to Trevor.
Yes. Spelled differently. Jasko's with an O.
But that would be kind of a cool name for a band or something, with 2 different spellings for Trevor. Trevor to Trevor.
Trevor to Trevor.
Yeah, no.
Trevor.
Like Duran Duran.
There you go. This is the other Trevor, Davis, on for the extra point to make it 7-0. And that is good. It is now 7-0 here in the first. And we're actually, let me update that clock for you. We're actually just under 5 minutes to go. We have a new sponsor this year. Doctors James Savage and Rajiv Rajagopal are happy to welcome Dr. Brian Clevenger to the Associates for Oral and Maxillofacial Surgery. Their offices in Bedford, Grants Pass, and Klamath Falls practice a full scope of services from corrective jaw surgery to wisdom teeth removal and much more. For more information or to schedule your complimentary dental implant consultation, call 541-779-3781. That's 541-779-3781. Danny, do you still have your wisdom teeth?
I do not. They're all gone.
Hey, all right.
I only had 3, actually. I didn't even have a full 4.
You sure?
Positive.
Did it float somewhere else?
Nope. Just one of them weird kids. Never had them all. Not only that, when I got them taken out, my wife and I went and bought our first car. We got a really good deal that day.
Was that your celebration for getting them out? Bought a car?
Yeah.
Wisdom teeth out. All right, here's your award, a new car. A brand new car. All right, Jimmy, tell Danny what he's won.
For being a good boy in the dental chair, you win a brand new Mazda Protege.
So this one actually is fielded. Dart is darting up the sideline, almost to the 50-yard line. Great field position for Wilsonville.
Well, he got a great block there and was able to make it to the outside. And you see him as soon as Peyton Dart gets around that corner, he just turns the jets on. And all of a sudden, the white socks just look like a little white blur, like one of them cartoons, that has just like that little spinning wheel. And all of a sudden, he just got an extra, about 15 yards once he made around that corner and was able to blast through a couple comets and give his team some excellent starting position here, except... Are we getting a flag?
I think one of those blocks were maybe not completely legal.
There you go. And he's coming back. Some yellow on the green.
That's really coming back.
Yeah, and as I'm sitting here talking to Aaron, I can see everybody walking down through the side of my eye. And yep.
What a block. Look at their great field position.
Well,
I'm going to comment on that when I'm done with that sentence. There we go. Down to their own 11. First and 11. That was not far after. And this is reverse. And that's Dart. Nice little move there. Picks up about 7, maybe 8.
You see the little white tabs on his shoes there? That's what I was talking about. They were just like, it looked like a blur as he was running.
And being up here, the angles really throws off everything with our depth perception. It looks a little slower. It's obviously a lot more crowded and busy down there. Here, things are more spread out. So 2nd and 3. And that's behind intended receiver, Jack Kimball.
Yeah, with Chase Shearer right there, too. Maybe quick dive might have been able to pick that one up. He almost got his hand on it as it deflected off of, who was that there? Kimball?
Yeah, Kimball getting his right paw to it, and that's the thing of being a receiver. It's so hard, if you want to tip it or bat it down. If you can't get it, do you want to touch it? If you don't, you might have a DB waiting behind, but if you tip it, you might go up and allow a DB to get onto it and intercept it. You just got to play. I mean, you just try to catch it if you can.
One of the most amazing catches I ever saw was Julio Jones, where he batted it up in the air, ran around the defender, and caught it as it came down to the other side. Fumble here.
Picked it up and almost fumbles again as he's getting tackled. Huge loss. Going to bring up 4th and super long for the Wildcats.
Yeah, anyways, that was just an amazing athletic display, Julio Jones, a couple years ago.
That was actually Chase Hicks who was actually behind, taking that snap for the Wildcats. As this now 4th and 16, and they were all the way back to their 5. And the clock has stopped. Refs want to talk it over because there is a flag.
Looks to be against Comets as well.
I didn't see, was that a personal? Was it a personal foul?
It was a personal foul, what the PA guy said, but I didn't hear who it was on.
And that gives the Wildcats a first down by default. And that's the thing you got to keep in check. You got to keep yourselves in check. Personal foul, can't allow those. Either team. It's just one of the silliest things. It's the thing coaches get just irate about. Personal fouls when it's something that can be prevented.
And they're a lot stricter too here in this high school level versus say pros, right? Well, they'll let them get a bit more chippy with each other.
Another bobble by Hicks. Recovers. Gets a little bit on the run. Yeah, I think that's part of it too. Is you want to nip it in the bud here. If you let things go here, then that's where it ends up getting in the pros. Plus, they're getting paid for it. It's a little different format in the pros. So 4 first downs for both of the teams here in the first quarter. 2nd and 9. And Knapp is back under center or in the shotgun. Little bobble there, gets hit from behind. Caught. And that is Hartford.
Picked up a 2 yards. 3 yards maybe on that one.
Let's see what they give him.
Quick little pitch and catch.
Yeah, about 2, so it's 3rd and 7 now. Third and 7 from the 25. Getting close to 2 minutes left here in this first quarter. Knapp with the throw and caught, but nicely done. Not even close.
Chase Shearer again right there with the tackle. Great job being all over the field today. That's about the 3rd or 4th time I think we've called Shearer's name already. And that's going to be time to punt it away, huh?
One big thing, and so, yeah, being up 4th and 3, they're going to go ahead and punt this one. One big thing for Crater defense, talking with the coach, talking with Wade and the players, allowing 78 points in that playoff game, the quarterfinal loss. They switched, and they actually put in 2. And this one up in the air and about to the 50, going to get a Wildcat bounce. Be down just about at the 30. They switched to 2 safeties. So they had 1 safety last year on defense, but they got lit up in pass. They didn't have really great pass coverage. They switched to 2 safeties now, and they're trying to focus on that and limit pass coverage. They want to be great all around, on run and pass. But, yeah, giving up the 53 and 78 in 2 games alone to this Wilson team, albeit Overholt had an amazing year and threw on everybody. They're trying to remedy that, and so far so good. They have a shutout here in the first quarter.
And that was what the major problem was the passing last year in that final game here against Wilsonville. It just seemed everything was working right for the Wildcats, and the Crater just couldn't stop them.
Davis up the middle for a first down.
they would get in behind the receivers because they were too quick, and then as soon as Overholt had a moment, he would just lob it over, and they were already behind everybody, and that had happening, and it was hard to watch. Like 78 points, it's basketball? I mean, what's going on here?
And that's almost 20 a quarter. That's 3 touchdowns a quarter.
That's big.
Davis going deep on the post and lost it. Yeah, Douglas just couldn't come up with that, couldn't see it.
Could be combinations of a couple of things. Look, it kind of stopped and started going again. A little timing was off. Definitely was overthrown.
If he had another step on that, then he would have been in the clear, and who knows, maybe off to the races.
Yeah, but Dawson Douglas, he's 6 foot, 185. He's a good-sized, wide receiver, DB player.
And that's Davis again getting another first down. 6th first down in this first quarter as we're now under 1 minute.
6 first downs this first quarter. I think 3 of them were by Trevor Davis running. And so right now that's a little bit of a formula that's working for the Comets is that QB keeper is hard for the Wildcats to stop right now. So let's see if they're going to continue with that. I know Waite likes to mix it up. Coach Waite likes to throw all kinds of different stuff at you. But if something's working.
Aker with a good block. Davis hurls it down. And what's caught? That is inbounds. Trevor Jasko.
Nicely just celebrates and points towards the first down and doesn't get himself any kind of unsportsmanlike conduct, which that's got to be hard for those kids out there, man. You're amped. You're not liking these guys from last year, you know? It's the first game of the season. It's hard to not be chippy out there when you're playing a game when you're bumping and pushing and smacking all night. And we got a penalty.
We delay a game. It's 1st and goal from the 5. That is that is offsides on the defense. Half the distance to the goal, so 1st and goal from the 2.5-yard line.
That's a nice little present. I'll take a couple yards, eh?
Yeah.
Anytime you want to give me a couple yards, I take them.
Especially inside the 5. Depending if it's a pass or a run, could be the final play of this first quarter. And a motion. Handoff up the middle. That's close. That pointing down. Down, that's inches.
Just short, didn't make it in, but that play is what I think they were trying to execute the last play when they fumbled it. All 3 of them running in there for the handoff to kind of confuse the D. That one seemed to work.
Quarterback sneak gets in, but did not get it off in time.
End of the quarter.
Oh, that will be the end of the first quarter. No touchdown. 7-0 Crater Comets over the Wilsonville Wildcats. You're watching TableRockSports.net. We'll be right back after these messages.
Circle K is your on-the-go tailgate headquarters. Whether it's a home game or a road game, when you need a big play, call on My Circle K. From their always fresh premium brewed coffee, ice-cold fountain drinks and sodas, fresh made-for-travel deli items. When it comes to special teams, nothing is more special than My Circle K's Kickback Reward Program. Rewards every purchase, every time. Find them, follow them, throw a tailgate party with them. MyCircleK.com.
It takes meticulous planning, continuous monitoring,
and we're back. 2nd and goal from the 1. A timeout from Wilsonville. halftime. We're going to try to bring up that preview. See if I can get that. Go with that. Yeah, we'll be able to run that at halftime.
Perfect.
You'll be able to see it for the first time.
All right. My video.
Well, we talked to Trevor Davis, Randy Waite, head coach, Gavin Acree, Robert Amison, all players and coach that we brought up their names so far tonight. Hear about them talk about the changes in offense, the players left, players returning, defense, new strategies. Dutchmeyer Field, where Crater will be at home next week for their first home game.
And they'll be taking on Willamette.
Trevor Davis keeps it, and he is in. 13-0, the 1-yard keeper from Trevor Davis.
And why not, right? Just line up, punch it in, get it done, get those points on the board there. Give your team the lead. Davis has been great with handling the ball so far with his running. No fumbles, no issues. So that was a great call by Coach Waite.
Especially on runs, you limit the possibility. Turning it over when you throw it in the air, you're only 1 yard away.
Right.
You figure you got 3 downs, you should be able to punch it. Davis on for the extra point. And that is 14-0. Crater Comets on top of the Wilsonville Wildcats here just barely into the second quarter. Talking about why some of the Comets might be amped up, especially this game. Losing twice by 32 and 33 points to this Wildcats team last year. And as you'll see in that preview, if you're watching at halftime, Gavin Acree specifically talks about it. I asked him about what's it like. He got Wilsonville coming up. He played them last game, and coming off the field, it was here at Wilsonville. Athletic Director David Hurd for Crater said that, hey guys, we're here, first game of the season next year. Let's be ready. And they're ready. So far, so good.
So far, so good, absolutely. We're up by 2 scores, right? 14-0 here, start of the second. Comets look like they are still, first game jitters, working out some of the bugs. But they got to keep fighting because the Wildcats, they're Wildcats. They're wild. They're going to be fighting this entire 3 more quarters to go. There's no way they can let up if they want to be able to keep a lead and go home with a win.
And they got a great coach, Adam Gunther, 10th season here at Wilsonville, 80-24 record, 12-1 last year. This one sails out the side of the end zone. That'll be a touchback. Wilsonville will start at their 20. So great coach to get them going. Of course, they're missing out on a lot of first team and second team all-league players who left last season, but you want to get back to that championship game. You got to play well at home, and new quarterback. Got Hicks is back in, sophomore. And as you said, plenty of time for this team to come back. Hand off up the middle. Good yardage here. Stopped at just past the 25. That was Zach Galeman on the carry. This will be second and about 4. It's definitely not 79 degrees anymore out here. Feels great. Hicks completes that, and that will be a first down and out of bounds for Wilsonville.
Yeah, where we're sitting here in the booth, there's a nice breeze. The sun's finally gone down behind the trees. It's perfect right now. You bet. I bet it's probably about 75, yeah? Is that what you think?
Definitely mid, getting to the lower 70s, yeah. Feels great. It's first
72.
And 10. There we go.
72. Look at you, weatherman.
You're a poet and you didn't even know it. That was a low snap Hicks, good hands, able to hold on to it, but he is taken down by 4 Comets.
Yeah, great job, Comets, just being aware, seeing that bobbled snap and just swarming around that ball and not letting them be able to get any kind of life out of that one. Just snuff it out, keep it down, bring up second down and 13.
They list them at 16 back at the 27. Need to get to the 43, so yeah, 2nd and 16.
That's a big loss.
6 yards the other direction. Hicks going to pass again. Short dump, but that one is off the chest of Ethan Campbell. Got him in the numbers, not able to hang on. And how glorious is it to not have the smoke? We talked about it earlier with how Crater last season and a lot of teams there in the Rogue Valley. Southern Oregon had to practice in sneakers, in gyms, wherever they could go. I think some probably even went to the courthouse, but other places outside of their gyms, depending on if volleyball had to practice or, you had soccer had to practice. It is smoke-free. Down the sideline just a little bit too far. And Peyton Dart again, the intended receiver. That'll bring up 4th and 16. Punt team for Wilsonville one more time.
So only 2 punts so far, right? Both by Wilsonville.
2 turnovers, 2 punts for Wilsonville so far. And what happened with Jace Knapp? Telling the sideline here for Wilsonville if he's okay. High spiraling punt. Takes another Wilsonville bounce. Down to about the 32, so decent field position for Crater to start with.
Yeah, and that was Gavin Acree there receiving. It just hit the ground and bounced right up into his chest. Lucky, because I thought he was just going to go ahead and let that one bounce by, but I guess just the angle that we're on, he didn't have a choice. It just came right up into his chest there. Lucky that one didn't turn into some kind of turnover.
Usually that happens, like just grazes a leg, and then the punting team gets it right back.
Oh, yeah.
The fans trying to get into it. Davis, hold on to it again. Up the middle, he's going. Down to the 35 and the 30. Down to the 25. About a 40-yard run for Trevor Davis. He's got to be close to 80, 90 yards already rushing.
I'm not sure, was that number 28 that tracked him down from behind? Did you see the speed on that? If it was Hunter Napoli, he just came out of nowhere tracking down Davis. That was some great speed. But you're right, man. Davis has got some great runs, and I like how Wade's using him, doing those, fake handoffs, misdirections, getting the D going the other way, and he just sneaks right up through the line. And he's getting yards every single time he's hanging on to that ball.
Lyman getting some big holes for him.
Absolutely. Great job, O-line.
That's that dual threat when you have that as a quarterback. It's a nice, I'd say it's more a luxury. You count on your quarterback being able to hand off and make some throws. But when he can run like that, that's a luxury. So 2nd and 7 from the 23. Davis, man coming from, and he's able to get it off. And this is going to be a touchdown.
Great screen there. Great setup on the screen. Davis not freaking out, able to just step back, and pop it up over top of the defenders. Do we get a flag?
There is the penalty flag.
We do get a penalty flag.
And that ball's coming back.
And it is a holding. Yeah.
Touchdown, back for holding.
Well, hey, they're 1 for 1 so far, right? And in a sense, they had that great return by Peyton Dart. And they came back for that holding.
Delete that replay.
Yeah.
I was saving that one to show for later, but that one's coming back.
But that was a great setup on the screen there. Unless it was more of a broken play. But it kind of looked like a screen the way that the Comets just allowed the defense to come through.
2nd and 6. And a motion. Nice little moves there.
It's Chase Shearer again. Nice reception. enough for a first down?
That is. Want to make sure it's not coming back. The refs are talking. Or it is. Another holding.
I didn't see that flag. Oh, picked it up
Way
on
off
the
near
20-yard
the
line
opposite sideline. Just when refs talk, usually there's a penalty brewing. That one bringing them back all the way to the 31. So instead of 1st and 10 from the 11, they're at 2nd and 15. Davis going deep. And that was well blocked. Good breakup for Mason Dean. Crowd trying to keep his Wildcats team lifted up and keep the Comets offense out of the end zone.
And that was a clean breakup, right? No pass interference on there. So that is a good win by the Wildcat D there, especially in this 3rd and long now, bringing up a 3rd and extremely long. What did we say it was, 16?
It shows 3rd and 15.
15.
Comets just need to get a few and hopefully within range if they can get 5 or 6. And that one's out of bounds over the head of Jasko. And this is kind of that no man's land where you punt, it's almost a waste because you're only going to, if it's a great punt, only 25 yards from where you are at this point. And you need to be farther back to get a good punt. You're going to have to pooch punt it, but then maybe just go for it. And actually they're going to, when you have a leg like Davis, they're going to go ahead and kick the field goal for this one. This will be a 48-yard field goal. He was nailing them easily from the 35 in warm-ups. So from the left hash.
Do you like this call, Aaron? What do you think?
The way, because there's only a slight breeze and the leg that Davis has on it, yes, why not? And it looks like to the left. It had the leg, but it looked like it went left, I believe. So I say not a bad call because, okay, they're only at 31 right now. Davis did pull it a little bit to the left, but you kind of take the points when you can get them in the first half. That would have given them a 17-point lead.
I like the call too. Like you say, it had the distance, just a little bit to the left. You punt it, they're going to get around, the 20 or so yard line anyways, if it's going to be a touchback or if they're going to get an extra couple yards or so. And now they're moving them back to the 20.
If that was an eligible receiver or a delay of game, I can't tell what that was. Looks like Knapp is back in. This run up the middle, great run. That'll be a first down. Just put them right back where they would have started from, the 31.
11-yard run right up the middle. Seems to be working on both sides of the ball right now.
Graves got quite a bit of yards. He's got to be around 40 or 50 already in this first half. So first down from the 32, actually. Knapp taken down at the 25. He eluded one sacker. Couldn't avoid the second one.
Well, they just started to swarm. Once that first one kind of got him a little jostled, Comet just kept coming in and nowhere to go. Great job just eating up all that air down there and just taking up the space and suffocating.
Oh, loss of 5. 2nd and 15. Knapp's got more pressure. Yeah, we're back. We're all right now. Hey, everybody. All right. Aaron Nilsson and Danny Canada. Wilsonville High School. Raider is on the prowl here at Wilsonville against the Wildcats. It's actually 21-0. We got about 1:58 left here.
Crater had a really nice 9-yard pass from Davis to Chase Shearer, and that was the last touchdown that was scored there. And they were over at the far end of the field, and Davis did a great job. Just stepped back, found his man. 9-yard pitch and catch to put the Comets up 21-0.
Just under 2 minutes to go. We got a timeout on the field.
The Wildcats are moving the ball too. They had a nice little pass play. Peyton Dart receiving the pass from Knapp, and it was about just a 20-yard pitch and catch. Dart ran a really nice route. It was kind of an up and out and then back, and he was sitting there waiting between 2 Comet defenders, and Knapp found him easy. He was able to turn around and get a few more after the catch. A couple of yaks.
And we're ready to go. And we got a false start here on this near sideline. So Peyton Dart.
He darted.
A little too quickly. A little too soon. Not quickly, too soon. Your name's
He
Dart.
was quick though.
He is quick. And when your name's Dart, that's what's always expected of you.
I'm sure you're allowed a couple of false starts every game, right? Because of your name.
Why not? So 3rd and 17, though. This was a Knapp looking for Dart. And caught. And they're giving it to him. What a catch. First down.
Yeah, Dart and Knapp seem to have a little bit of a good chemistry going on here on this drive. You missed a little bit of the first part, but I mentioned about the one pitch and catch that they had. It was a great gain. And yeah, throughout this game so far, Dart has been Knapp's #1 go-to.
And up the Grave, up the middle. Stuffed, but inside the 10. So we're approaching just about 140. Got 140 left here in this first half. Wilsonville threatening. Down 21-0. So you see that General Scott scoreboard. We lost y'all for a little bit, for a couple minutes, but we're back up. Obviously, if you're watching this or listening to us, you know we're back up. Thank you for watching us.
Wilsonville trying to get up here. 21-0 here, almost the end of the first half.
Another hand off to Grave.
And that one's going to work.
Inside the 5. And is that a first down? Oh, that'll bring up 3rd. 3rd and 1. Well, Wilsonville obviously has the tools, what they need to drive the ball down the field. They just haven't been able to score, punch it in the end zone. Hoping to do so here, 3rd and 1.
Last time they were this close, Crater stopped him, getting the ball over on turnovers.
Knapp getting chased and pulled down, all down to the 19. Huge loss. Brings up 4th down. They're going to have to kick, or are they going to go for it? I mean, down 21.
I'd go for it. That's what I'd do. I'd go for it if I was coach.
Even here in still the first half? Even
yeah,
though
if I'm
towards the
Coach
end of
Gunther, yeah, sure. You're down by 21. It's first half. You're in your end. You have been so close a couple of times. You're going to kick it? Probably not. Like we were talking about before, you're going to get the ball back where if you miss the kick, you're not going to punt it. I'm going for it. I'm going all for nothing right now.
I think Coach Gunther's waiting for it to get down to just a couple of seconds, which they did. He's calling the timeout.
And there you go.
They're going to want to talk about it.
That's good clock management there, but that's a smart coach decision because, yeah, try and get as much time off the clock as you can so the Comets aren't going to have an opportunity. Get your team over the sideline, regroup them for 30 seconds, right? Get a good play out there that everyone's comfortable with, that you know is a success. Go for it. It's Friday night, opener. You're down, home. Gotta show your fans something, right? We're here to play and have some fun. You're not gonna have any fun if you're just timidly moving the ball along. They
are getting the ball back, though, to start the second half.
That's
so
true.
You get 3, you're down. Okay, 21-3. You got something from the first half. I don't know their place kicker. I don't know that breeze is coming. Looks like towards us, so a little bit to the left, and they're in the middle. I think they're in the middle between the hash, so lined up for a kick perfectly. But if you go 21-3, you get it back. Okay, if you get only 3 more, you can't think about that, but you have the chance to get another touchdown. You get the ball back, 21-10. You're in business. You don't get anything from here going for it. You're down 3 scores. So it's whether the 3 points matters to him or not. That's only Coach Gunther knows in his head right now.
Well, that's what matters to him and his team, right? So let's do the Table Rock Sports announcer team. Are you going for it if you're coach? What are you doing?
I'm kicking it.
You're going to punt it away from here? Or you're going to try and attempt a field goal?
Field goal. But they're going for it. So there we go.
How much left on the clock?
But that's why I'm not on the sideline. Right?
Up in the booth, eh?
I'm up in the booth. Or if I was on the sideline, I'd be a reporter like I was. Knapp, got to go in the end zone. It goes short, caught, but down at the 5. That would be a turnover on downs, but the time expires. We are at halftime. So the Wildcats get nothing from that series, nothing from the first half. 2 turnovers and 0 points. Crater is up 21-0. You're watching TableRockSports.net. Aaron Nilsson, Danny Canada from Wilsonville High School. Looks like we've got 15 minutes set on the clock. We're going to step away for a few minutes. Thank you for watching. We'll be right back here on TableRockSports.net.
Happy December, everyone. I'm Officer Ashwell with the Central Point Police Department, and welcome to our 6th episode of Traffic Safety First. Today we'll be talking about driving in inclement weather. Specifically, we'll go over a few things to help keep you alert to potential weather-related dangers on the road. Let's go. For our first topic, let's start with one of the first things people do when driving in cold weather, warming up your car.
Vehicles that are parked outside when it gets to be freezing temperatures usually accumulate a layer of frost or ice on the windshield that needs to be melted off before the vehicle should be driven on the road.
For your safety and the safety of others on the road, please give yourself enough time to either scrape the ice off all your windows or let your car defrost itself before attempting to drive it. Remember, leaving your vehicle unattended while running isn't the best way to prevent your vehicle from getting stolen. Please stay with your vehicle while it's defrosting if you choose not to defrost it manually. Once your windows are all clear, when you start driving, you may experience water, ice, or snow in the roadways. Please make sure to be extra careful when driving while the roads are wet, as your vehicle or the vehicles of others around you may not be equipped to handle this type of weather and could lose control on the road. Oh, are you ready? Oh, sorry, I'll eat these later. So now that we're inside and it's warm, let's talk about vehicles. Some vehicles are better equipped than others to handle driving in inclement weather due to a variety of features, but an easy way to tell if your vehicle can handle wet and icy roads is to know what type of drivetrain your vehicle has. Specifically, if your vehicle is equipped with all-wheel drive or four-wheel drive, you are in the best position to drive in this type of weather. Front-wheel drive is typically fine to use when in light snow or ice, but other means of travel should be considered before using this type of vehicle in heavy weather conditions. Rear-wheel drive is usually the least effective drivetrain to have in these conditions, but can still work fine in light conditions if you're able to control your vehicle well, not attempt to drive up steep hills, and drive slowly. For our last topic, let's talk about studded tires. It can be a good idea to use studded tires for driving when there's snow or ice on the road, but be aware of the damage these types of tires can cause if they are left on too long or used when the roads are not icy or snowy. They can cause damage to the roadway and, in some cases, have been said to cause your vehicle to have less traction if used when the road is wet rather than icy. And that's it for our 6th episode. If you're planning on making any trips over the passes while the weather is snowy or icy, please make sure your vehicle is also equipped with chains in the event they are needed. Have a great December and check back on the 1st for our next episode of Traffic Safety First.
Welcome back to halftime here. Here Nelson, Danny, Canada. 21-0 you see there on the John L. Scott scoreboard. Crater, there were 2 turnovers for Wilsonville in that first half, and if we count that third one at the end of the half where they went for it on fourth, okay, that'd be a total of 3. But they're down 21-0, 0 points. What can you say about Crater Comets keeping Wilsonville to 0 points in that first half, especially compared to what Wilsonville did to them last year?
Well, I could say a couple things. I could be devil's advocate and say, look, they have only one full-time starter that's returning for the Wildcats. You've got a brand new team. You're in rebuild mode, right? You've got a guy behind center as a QB. I'm not sure how much experience he has. He definitely wasn't started a QB last year. So you've got a brand new team here in the Wilsonville Wildcats. I think you definitely have to give it to the Comets because they're playing a great game plan. I think Coach Wade is doing some great some calls down there on the field. I like the execution. Davis is doing an outstanding job today, running the ball, throwing the ball. He's even kicked, almost got a 3-pointer in there, right? But he's 3 for 3 on his PATs. Yep. So, Davis is definitely showing his leadership, his skills, his reason why he's, the senior that's at the helm of the quarterback. Sorry, I just ran upstairs trying to get some stats, trying to catch my breath.
You're fine.
So I think Wilsonville not scoring was surprising, right? So I do think that they are probably a little nervous right now going into halftime. They definitely want to get some points on the board. They want to win, but they're not going to do that without any points. So I think they're trying to readjust their game plan, figure out what was working during the first half, what wasn't working. They've been having some success with their run as well. So I would say great job by the Comets, not letting yourself be worried about the scores of the past because they were such dominating scores. New year, new team. Get out here, stick to your game plan, play hard. They've done all of that, and I got to give it to the Comets so far for being up by 3. I think they should be up by more, but hey, that's just me.
Well, 21-0, pretty good, especially giving up 78 points and 55 points. So, big difference.
Yes.
Yeah, so it's 7-0 after the first quarter, 14 points for Crater in the second, put them up 21-0 as you see in the halftime. 2 touchdown passes for Trevor Davis, one to Jasko in the first, the other to Douglas in the second, and the 1-yard keeper by Davis, the very beginning, only play for them, the first play of the second quarter, 21-0. We do have a few minutes. Let's go ahead and show you now. This is, by the way, we're going to show the preseason, the preseason preview that we went at Creator Commons. We were at Dutch Meyer Field. This is the Creator Foundation halftime report, by the way. The foundation provides scholarships for Creator graduates to help them take the next step and succeed. Learn how you can help them too at creatorfoundation.district6.org. That's creatorfoundation.district6.org. But yeah, both of us. So we went out to Dutch Meyer Field. We're going to play this now. Just a few minutes. We're right back, but you're watching TableRockSports.net.
Nilsson. I'm Danny Canada, and we are your 2019 Table Rock Sports Creator Comment broadcast crew.
All right, Danny, you were the voice of the comments last year. I was with Grants Pass last year. I'm excited. This is close to home for me. We're just right down the street. You're right down the street. So, hey, we got local guys here covering your comments. What happened last year with this team?
It was a good year for the Comets last year. They ended up 8-4 overall, 5-1 in the league. Some rough games, some tight ones, but they ended up being ranked 6th overall coming in for 2019 5A.
I think a lot of hope looking into next season. We're going to talk to some players and coaches. Let's go meet the 2019 team.
This is head coach Randy Waite's 3rd season with the Comets and 20th season coaching overall. 75-48 quarterfinal loss to eventual 5A state runners-up Wilsonville was a tough one, but ultimately it was a positive season, being able to host a playoff game and win a playoff game.
Obviously ran into Wilsonville, which was pretty good last year, and they took it to us, but I think these kids that are coming back can learn from that.
The Comets start the season on the road to face, guess who? The same Wilsonville Wildcats at Wilsonville. It's a game the players are certainly ready for.
And that was like a real hit to our defense. So this year, we got them first game coming out. Same spot as last time. So our defense really wants to put a stop to him this time.
When that game was over, Herb told me, he's like, "We're coming back up to your first game of the season." I'm down for that.
After Wilsonville, it doesn't get any easier for the Comets, but they are back at home for Willamette and Thurston, the state champions. Creator alternates away and home every game after that at North Bend, home versus North Eugene, at South Eugene, homecoming hosting Ashland, at Eagle Point, and then finishing out the regular season at home against Churchill. For Waite, success comes down to experience and preparation.
I'm trying to get rid of the, been there, done that attitude. These guys have been starters. They played a lot of varsity football. We just want to push them every day to get better and better, and I think they're responding that way because I think they have lofty goals and they're a much closer team than we've had.
It'll be tough to replace players like Tony Flores, Logan Louder, Nathan Klein, and Ethan Scott as leaders and with what they brought to the field. There are several players who've been in the mix since they were freshmen and sophomores ready to step it up this season, like Gavin Acree and senior starting quarterback Trevor Davis.
Defensively, we got Tyler Ennis has started for 3 years, Robert Amison started for 3 years, Bruce Kuklinski started quite a few football games, so all those guys have to be senior leaders for us.
A significant change to the defense from last year is going from 1 safety to 2, which is in part due to giving up the 75 points to Wilsonville in the playoff game. The main theme coaches and players talk about being different this season compared to last is how close the team is and the strong bond they've developed.
We're all going to come together finally this year and have a way better chemistry than the last previous years.
Davis loves how the linemen came together last year and is excited about the possibilities this season, especially about who he's going to be hurling the ball to on the receiving corps.
Trevor Jasko on the right wide out. We got Dawson Douglas on the slot, and then Robert Amison, and then Chase Shear on the left side is incredible this year.
There's no holding back for Davis & Co. as the fans will have their part to play as well.
You guys are the best,
Loudest. You better come out here. The first home game, Dutch Meyer, we're going to be here.
It's my senior year. It's all going to be thrown out there. There's nothing that I want to look back on and regret and say I should have done that different. It's all going to be on the line, and we're going to play every game to full potential.
And there we go. We got 3.5 minutes left. That was our Creator Comets season preview. It wasn't a preseason preview, it wasn't a preview of the preseason. It was a preview of the season.
Mm-hmm.
So be careful with all the wording there. But
it was a preseason preview.
English
is brutal.
Season preview.
Season preview.
Season preview. Yeah.
Preseason. It was a season preseason, right?
During the preseason, when there really isn't a preseason, right? There's no games in the preseason, but yeah. Anyway, that was what you see that on
Moving
our
on.
Facebook, or Table Rock Sports Facebook page, also on the YouTube channel. Check out all those. Talk about some of those features, especially the Facebook. YouTube, we get some stuff up there. Facebook, especially, follow that. Talk about a lot of the sponsors, which we appreciate. Allow this broadcast to be shown and brought to you free, at least for yourself. You won't have to pay for any of it. Obviously, you're not. You're watching on YouTube. Bill's Glass, huge sponsor. Proud to be a sponsor of high school athletics. They've been an industry leader and clear choice in Southern Oregon for almost 50 years, covering the full spectrum of glass from your vehicle to any room in your house. Locally owned, family-run Bill's Glass in Ashland, Medford, and Grants Pass. How are you feeling, Danny?
I'm feeling good. I'm feeling like if Crater just keeps it up the way they've been playing the first half, keep that same fire, that same enthusiasm, spark, what they're doing down there, they're going to come away with a win. They start slacking off, thinking they've got it, start stepping back, start missing some cues, start laxing. I would be worried that Wilsonville is definitely, a couple of plays away from tying this up, if not winning, 3 scores in football is not that far.
It's not. They put up 14 in the second quarter with what Wilsonville did last season. Almost 20 per quarter in the game, in the playoff game. Yeah, that's something they can do. It's been rough. It has been rough for them for that first half, but they get the ball back here to the second half. Team's just waiting. The fans are waiting to have them rush back out here for the second half. But, yeah, Wilsonville gets the ball back here to start the second half, and who knows? They put up a touchdown, 21-7. It's a whole new ball game.
Just look at the first drive of the game. They marched right down there. They just couldn't punch it in, right? So if Coach Gunther, if he's in there reminding the boys they got this, pumping them up, readjusting the game plan, letting them feel like they've got an opportunity to come back, these guys can come back. They're at home. It's first game. They don't want to go out with a goose egg. I'm sure they're going to get some points on the board the second half. I just hope it's less than what Crater has, if I'm being honest.
Let's see. Kickoff, second half, coming up right after this. We'll be right back on TableRockSports.net.
K is your on-the-go tailgate headquarters. Whether it's a home game or a road game, when you need a big play, call on My Circle K. From their always fresh premium brewed coffee, ice-cold fountain drinks and sodas, fresh made-for-travel deli items. When it comes to special teams, nothing is more special than My Circle K's Kickback Reward Program. Rewards every purchase, every time. Find them, follow them, throw a tailgate party with them. MyCircleK.com.
It takes meticulous planning, continuous monitoring, and forward thinking to deliver the perfect 3-egg omelet.
Welcome back. Team's still warming up. Got Crater warming up. Looks like they put 3 minutes back on the clock. So, oh man, what are we going to talk about? I'm just kidding.
I don't think you have a problem talking, Aaron.
No, we don't. We don't have a problem with that. We would like to get some stats. I don't know. We have to track down the person who has those. Because I know Davis has a lot of rushing yards. Grave has a lot of rushing yards.
Davis is probably close to 100 in the rushing yards, I would imagine, from his several runs that he's done, some of them pretty lengthy.
Let's see if we can actually get a roundup. So after the game is over, let's go ahead and see if we can get that roundup for you. All right, now Danny's going to head down there right now, see if we can get some stats for you. Looks like he'll be successful with that. Well, fans, thank you for watching live high school sports coverage on TableRockSports.net. It is made possible by our outstanding sponsors, including our title sponsor, the Lithia Superstore on Crater Lake Highway, and General Manager Jason Lawrence. Browse online at lithiasuperstore.com and then come in and work with the outstanding staff. Say hi and thank Jason Lawrence if you get a chance. Our title sponsor, Lithia Superstore. Something that sounds great right now. My Circle K, you can get your crunch on with crispy, crunchy chicken. That's a game winner right there. Find them, follow them, kick back with them at mycirclek.com. Just about a minute. No officials getting Jacob Hauserman as a kicking duties. Getting that ready. Hauserman listed as a 6'1", 195 senior. Probably a wide receiver and linebacker. And honestly, that is what's strange because Crater, not sure what's happening actually, because Crater kicked off to begin the game. That would mean normally that they would be, oh no, sorry, they would be receiving. Excuse me. Yes, so Crater, it's a good thing actually Wilsonville went for that on 4th down to end that, because they were not getting it back. So now ready to start the 3rd quarter. Hey, Danny, I was just admitting my mistake and my goof up.
Which
so I was like, why is so dumb. I was like, all right, well, Jacob Hauserman is getting ready to kick off for Wilsonville. Wait, why are they kicking off? Crater, oh, wait, yeah, of course, Crater kicked off for the first half. They'd be getting the ball back. I don't know why I said at the end of the first half that Crater would be kicking off again. They weren't supposed to be kicking off again. This is correct. So it's good that Wilsonville went for it on 4th down at the end of the first half, because they weren't getting the ball back. That changes the strategy completely. This one is fielded. Up the middle's got a hole. Got another swoop into Wildcat territory. That was a good run.
That was a fantastic run back. That was like me running down to the sideline to get stats for you.
You got a little quicker than that even. So it'll be 1st down and 10 from the Wilsonville 47 for Crater. Trevor Davis and the Comets are in business here to start the second half. And that was a great kick return from Gavin Acree. Davis in the shotgun. Acree down the left side, pushed out about 2 yards shy of the 1st down.
All right, so what we're trying to figure out was Trevor Davis rushing yards, right?
That was one of them, yeah.
103.
So 103 yards.
So we were pretty close on our guess there. We said about 100.
Not too shabby. Davis picking up a few more. About 6 to be exact on that one.
Another 1st down, though. And that's what he's been doing for his team tonight. He's been able to move those chains, whether he's been throwing or running himself. Great work tonight by Trevor Davis.
Wilsonville dominated, actually. They dominated the possession in that 2nd quarter. Even though Crater scored 14, one was right at the beginning of the 2nd quarter. They only scored one more after that. They only had 2 first downs. Wide open. That's a touchdown again for Crater.
And, you know, that's what it was looking like last year when Wilsonville was playing against the Comets. They were just getting past the defenders. Receivers were open all day long. And Nathan Overhaul was able to just find those receivers with ease and just kept blowing past all of the defensive backs for the Crater Comets. It was a rough night. They're just returning the favor this morning, or today, Aaron. What a great Friday.
That was a 32-yard pass. Davis on for the extra point. 3rd touchdown pass for Davis. And that was Amison. And that one is good to make it 21-0. Or excuse me, 28-0. Crater. Just like that, they now have a 4-touchdown lead. And just look, I'll play this right again. Just look how wide open Robert Amison is. They line up. Amison just splits right between DBs, sucked in to that short pass.
Easy. Hey, now I got to correct you on one thing there, Aaron. You said just like that, it's 28-0. Well, it wasn't just like that, because Trevor Davis, with his 103 running yards, that's more yards than the entire Wildcats put together. Their highest runners got 89 yards, but then minus 25 from Knapp and minus 18 from Chase Hicks.
Was Grave got 89?
Mm-hmm.
89, that's a great night.
Yeah. But, when the rest of your team's bringing it back another 30, 43 points or 43 yards, that makes it for a long night.
Davis kicks this one off, and that's going to go into the end zone. That'll be a touchback. Again, Wilsonville starts at their own 20, down 28. And this kind of scoreline and what Comets have been able to do on offense really boosts the defense too. I think this boosts both sides. Now it's confidence for the offense. When they get back out there, they know that we've already got 4 touchdowns. It's just barely the third quarter. We can score every time they get the ball on their series. And the defense now is boosted because now they have a 28-point cushion,
right,
that they can really kind of do the things they want to do, and they can get settled in.
Yeah, it's a great opportunity for Coach Wade to try some defensive plays maybe they haven't worked on yet. Beginning of the year, try some of those ones that are a bit different, that need a bit of help. You haven't really been able to run a whole lot in practice just yet. Great time to have a little bit of I wouldn't say a gamble, but taking a little more risks, right, with your defense, your younger players. First game, 28-point lead. I say get some of those guys out there. Let them have a little extra experience, and run your defense, the way you want to.
You probably want to wait just a little bit, maybe at least till the fourth quarter, but because even though it's 28 points, still not safe. You never know.
Well, it is football.
So pass that to Grave, and Grave sneaks past the 20. Couple, maybe. Now it'll bring up 3rd and long, still about 3rd and 8. Oh, no, they're just still at the 21, so 3rd and 9 here. Time is definitely the Wildcats' enemy.
How about passing, too, for Davis? 130 yards for the first half.
And he's got 3 touchdown passes now, too, and a touchdown run.
And he's got over 100 yards himself running. That's a fantastic Friday right there.
Davis, you get the red plate tonight, sir. The defense attacking and can't get away. Knapp is swarmed.
Swarm. I love that word. If I was a defensive coach, that's all I'd be yelling all the time. Swarm, swarm.
Just reminds me of Seinfeld. Did you ever?
I'm a Seinfeld fan.
Yeah, so when Jerry's dad, he finds out that Jerry's uncle steals, and then apparently his parents say that all old people steal.
Uncle
and
Leo!
That's just a normal thing. And so when they're in the bookstore, and when he sees them stealing some batteries or something or a book, and he tells the security guards in the bookstore to go, swarm, swarm, swarm. That's what I think of now. I'm old. I'm confused.
Uncle Leo.
End over end kick. Getting the Wildcat bounce again. That's a good punt down to the 30. I'm old. I'm confused. All old people steal batteries, Jerry. They all steal stuff. That's normal. What? How's that normal?
I can't wait till I'm old and I can write off those excuses. I thought I paid for them already.
Wait, where am I?
On a serious note, they say that if you nap a lot, it could be early signs for Alzheimer's.
If you nap a lot?
If you take a lot of naps, yeah. Like if you're always finding yourself tired and napping and sleeping.
So the exhaustion more, not necessarily maybe taking naps?
No,
getting to the point where you need to take a nap?
Naps,
or
yeah.
nap is the problem? The napping's the problem?
Correlating it to Alzheimer's, the studies that have been done is if you're actually napping. So I'm saying you're going to have to curl up in bed in the afternoons or mornings. And if you find yourself napping a lot, They say that could be an early sign of Alzheimer's.
Acree busts it open in the middle into Wilsonville territory again and out to the 40.
I mean, I hate to call it the beginning of the third, but is this game over already? I mean, we know it's football. You can have a comeback, but come on. Come on.
It is safely in the hands of the Comets, but I am not calling it game over. Things happen. I will not call it yet.
You're not that risky, huh?
No, I've seen those crazy things you're talking about. So I just don't know. Acree, good blocking. Picking up about 5.
Yeah, I think Coach Wade is going to definitely probably work on that, running the ball, getting that clock just wearing down. They've already been successful for the run, like I was saying. They're 103 yards from Davis alone. Quick look and see who else has some rushing stats for the Comets today. Let's see. Well, Gavin Acree, first half, he ended up with 11. We've got Cameron Kramer. He had 5 rush yards. And Brady Brock, he had 4. So no one else really weighing in on the rush attack by the Comets except for Davis today. And what a great job they've been doing with that, too, because they haven't just been straight QB keepers. He's been doing some misdirections, some fake handoffs. It's been a good mix-up of plays that Coach Waite's been calling.
Acree getting more of the handoffs. And, Davis hit hard as he threw that one.
Yeah.
Incomplete.
Great D there by the Wildcats, getting through and making that hit, disrupting that pass and breaking it up before it even really left his hands. If it's not working on the back end, it's kind of what you got to do, right? Got to get that pressure in there in that front line and mess up the QB's head that way.
So Gunther and the Wildcats got to get creative as well and throw some different things at the Comets. It's 3rd and 9. And no holding this time. That is another first down for the Comets.
And another great blocks from the receivers, right? That's been a great coaching effort by the Comets coaches there to be able to get their receivers to get out there and block. I love receivers that go out there and block and take some hits. If I was a receiver, that's what I used to do, get out there and push once in a while. It was a lot of fun.
Got a Wildcat down. The blocking is a huge part of it, for sure. Cruz Saucedo down for the Wildcats, but up now. Looks like it's his arm.
Yeah, it looks like maybe his arm or shoulder he's rubbing there, his bicep perhaps. He's already got a sleeve on there. Maybe it's a previous existing injury maybe that he's re-aggravated or something. Just try to reach out, to get a tackle. If someone hits that arm, it's easy to whack those.
Stretch something.
Put your arm out of your car when you're driving, right? It throws your arm back. You get a kid that's running at you. Do what these guys doing, 25 miles an hour right into your arm trying to stop him. Oh, yeah, 20 miles an hour maybe. These kids are hustling down there.
Hopefully it's just the dead arm and he'll be all right.
Right. You ever watch The Office, Aaron?
I do.
Remember when Michael was running against the speed zone?
The speed limit sign?
Where it said your speed, it was 33 miles an hour?
Yes, because the car drove by at the same time right behind him.
Wow, these guys aren't running that fast down there, but hey, you stick your arm out, try to block one of these, 180-pound kids running about 15 to 20 miles at you. That's going to definitely not be feeling good.
That'll sting.
Yeah, it'll sting. I can't believe how fast Michael Scott is, though.
I know. 33, that's faster than
it's like the Flash.
Michael Johnson, is it? Winning for the U.S. Gold sprints in 96. That's like Usain Bolt speed. Far in the end zone, way out of the back of the end zone from Davis, even though he really had 2 receivers open in the back of the end zone.
He kind of did there, and I looked for maybe a second. He was trying to throw open one of the receivers, and then with 2 of them there, I just get this one out of bounds and don't cause nothing. I think that's what he thought last second, was just push this one out the end zone and be safe.
Maybe that hit's affected him more than we'd like it to.
Yeah, he's golden.
Especially all right, you heard it here first.
Did you see that golden hair in that interview there?
Yeah, he's pretty blonde for sure. Rolling left. In the back of the end zone. That incomplete. They're calling him out. And that is the white lines. A little confusing with the soccer lines there.
know, the first time I did a soccer game, I wasn't paying attention, and they kept kicking it outside of the white lines. And for the first couple of times, I'm like, why aren't they calling it out? The yellow lines.
Yes.
But it was throwing me off for the first
Soccer
first
a
couple
little
times.
bit whiter than American football.
Yeah. I played soccer, too. It's been a minute. I think I was 10 when I played soccer, but that was a great throw, though, by Davis. Just a little bit too close to the paint there, and he had to step out of bounds. But perfect. Throwing his receiver open, getting them into those open spots.
3rd and 10. Douglas gets a couple. You're going to keep that clock running. So you're just under 7 minutes now, and that brings up 4th down.
So would you do for it here? Would you go for it?
I would kick it.
Would you?
I would kick it.
Kick another 3?
Make it 31. I mean, that's 5 scores. And they're going to let the time run down as much as possible. And either go for it or call a timeout.
Try and call them off guard maybe or offside? No,
they're going for it. So 4th and 7. Davis. And his man can't come up with it. That was a low pass. And that'll be a turnover on downs.
I love the call. I do. I love it. Even if you don't get it, I love it. I love the call. You're eating some time up off the clock. Again, you're down in that end zone, so if you miss the field goal, they're going to get it about where you're throwing it from anyways. Why not?
You're a gambling man.
I am. I started my fantasy yesterday.
But you won't share my banana.
I will not share your banana.
But you're a gambling man.
That's correct.
Even
there's some things I don't gamble with.
Not a germaphobe, really, but
No.
I'm pretty close. And you think you might get my germs, even though I'm pretty much a germaphobe.
Yes.
Oh, boy. All right, 1st and 10, Wilsonville from their own 8-yard line.
It's a banana, man. How do you eat another man's banana?
It was the bottom of it. It was already still in the peel.
That doesn't even sound better.
Yeah, it is. It's not worse. That's for sure. It was 6 minutes now, halfway through the 3rd quarter. Wilsonville's got a 2nd and 11, so lost a yard on that run.
Perez by the Comets making a great tackle for loss.
And that was well wrapped up from Brady Brock for the Comets. An open field tackle. And that was 7-on-7. Lucas Grave. Not 7-on-7 football.
I was going to say, there's more than 7 people out there, Aaron.
No, I counted a few more than that. But, 7-on-7, 7 tackle 7.
Trevor on Trevor.
Brock put Grave into the ground. Wilsonville fans staying positive. There's still time. Knapp is chased and gets it out to Grave. But that was a swarm of Comets.
4 of them in on the tackle there. That was fantastic. Look at that. Look at all that white there surrounding the ball. And that's what you got to do as a great defense. It's going to stop anyone from going anywhere. As soon as that ball is out of the quarterback's hands, everyone has to get over there.
There's going to be a flag. And this looks to be going back. You can just tell the way that the refs place the ball and the direction they face, which way it's going. So it looked like he was turned towards the end zone, which means he'd be going backwards. And that is legal receiver downfield. Loss of downs, which means it's 4th down.
So any yards they gained on that pitch and catch too, right? You're going to lose them as well. Right, he got a couple yards on that run, right?
And look, it's fine. It's 4th and 1, so it looks like they get it. They just get a loss of, well, it's weird, but sure. Well, 4th and 1. And now we got another flag. What's this about?
False start. Yep.
So now 4th and 6, Wilsonville, making it harder themselves.
And putting themselves closer to their own end zone. If they were going to try and go for it on 4th and 1, I'd be punting this one away if I'm Gunther.
It looks like they are. There you
I'm
go,
a gambler,
Coach.
but I'm a smart gambler. I'm a risk taker, I guess, more than a gambler. Risks are calculated, right? Gambling is just you're going for it.
Risks aren't
You get
always
on a tilt.
calculated. Calculated risks are calculated. But risks are just risks.
So
you're like, well, this is pretty high, but I'm going for it.
An estimate
like
is
just
just a
jump out of the
guesstimate?
window. It's like that's a risk, but you just went for it. If you look at it and go, all right, that's probably 50 feet. 50 feet's 5 foot. That's kind of high. I've fallen from 10 before. But you know what? I got really great shoes on me, and I know how to roll when I bounce, and I'm not going to bounce. That's a calculated risk.
That's a track, too, so they're a bit spongy.
There you go.
Yeah.
It might be fine. You aim for the trainer's bench right there, and, with
I
the
don't know,
Gatorade
Aaron.
bottle on it, you might just make it.
I think if I jumped out of this window, that would definitely be more of a gamble than a risk.
Well,
I guess it's just your definition of words. Let's see what Google has to say about this.
Now let's leave Google out of it.
Yeah, all right, we'll leave Google out of it. That's too
And
official.
Believe it's a timeout, and that's a cratered timeout. So they're down to 2 left for this half. And Hauserman is on the field for Wilsonville, so they are going to punt it, or is it a fake punt?
I would do a fake. You know what? That's a good call. I would do a fake punt in this situation if I was Gunther because, again, you got to do something. You have to do something, okay? And you've got 5-6 yards, right, for your first down. A fake, I don't think the Comets would be expecting that right now. If I was going to do it, this would be the time. Ooh, and that's an over.
And that's going to be, no, not a safety, but... So what is that? That's wild because he threw it forward, not necessarily a pass, but I guess they counted that as a pass. That was a forward pass, but that means that it'd be a dead ball, correct?
Be an incomplete forward pass.
So it'd be dead right then, 4th and 7. They take over on downs.
But if he was on the ground at all on his knees when he threw that, intentional grounding.
Well,
yeah, so it's a safety.
And they call it a safety.
That's
Intentional grounding inside of the end zone is a safety.
That's what I was trying to get at. If he was on his knees or something, he's trying to throw it away inside your end zone there, yeah.
Wow.
And it's funny because you can hear, we were right beside the Crater coaches inside it. They were saying the same thing. What was that? What is that? Incomplete pass? And they're all same deal, freaking out. I'm sure they love the call being a safety instead because that means they get to have their offense back on the field,
you get
right?
the ball back, yeah. So 2 points, and then you know what? You get the ball back, too.
And best of both worlds. So good job, defense, Crater defense on that.
Crater Comets swarming again. Hauserman and Wilsonville have problems still.
So that is kind of a bummer because it was an over high snap. We didn't know what the call was there. Was it going to be a punt? Was it going to be a fake? I would have loved to see a fake in that position.
That would have been nice, to see that play out.
Yeah,
Had it been a better snap.
Mm-hmm. See Wilsonville have some kind of life back in them, If they completed that, this crowd would go wild had that happen. Get themselves out of a 4th and long or a 4th and 6.
And as it's talking about Wilsonville, it's really what Coach Gunther has said about them is just they just don't have the varsity experience. We talked about Noah Oakes and the only full-time starter returning to the team this year. A lot of underclassmen. They have people who definitely played last season.
Right.
They probably played more in those blowout games. But this could be a tough year for them.
But, that's kind of how high school is, right? It's cyclical. It's hard to keep a state championship run going every single year when you're having kids coming and going all the time.
It's just not like you're signing people to contracts and they're here for 5 years.
Exactly.
Like that. So Acree's got it at 20. Down about the 33.
Slipped as he tried to make a cut there. It looked like he got a knee to the head, but he just bounces up. Don't you wish you could be 17 again or whatever? Just jump up like a hit like that?
Why not? Yes.
Oh, gosh, man. I was dying just running down to the sidelines to get some stats. Couldn't make it back up here.
Yep.
That's not good. I shouldn't laugh at myself for that.
It's all right. It was a calculated risk, and you went for it.
That one I calculated. I'm like, I can get down there and back.
Exactly.
I got this. That's okay. At least I can tell my wife I exercised today. I did stairs. I sprinted.
Davis. And down just past the 40-yard line. Trevor Josko. How many yards does Trevor Josko have?
A quick look here. But that's a staple play there in the weight offense, right? Quick little pass out to a receiver on the side. Got a couple of
Just a little step back, couple yards.
Yep.
Throw to the flat.
Got a couple of blockers out there to get a few yards. All right.
And that's a fumble. Prater able to recover it. Chase Shearer, wow.
All right, so for
right place, right time.
Sorry, Aaron, to interrupt you there.
That's okay.
The first half for Acree, he's 5 receptions for 62 yards. Jasko, sorry, were you asking me Jasko?
5 for 62?
Yeah, Jasko was 5 for 62.
It's 12 yards. And that's going to be an offsides or encroachment on the defense, which will be a first down for Prater, their 4th of this quarter.
So in comparison, the top receiver for the Wilsonville Wildcats, that's going to be Dart. And Dart's got 68 yards.
And this one is going to be battle on the ground. Davis had it, went behind him. But they really both were fighting for it.
Jack Kimmel there calling for Wilsonville, and it looks like he was right as the ref does the same call.
Cade Butterworth on the ground to come up with that one. See, here we go. So it's 30-0, I know, but Wilsonville now into Prater territory. 3 minutes left in the third. They definitely got to get at least one score this quarter.
And not even a score. It has to be a touchdown. You have to. You have to get a touchdown. If you don't come away with 7 here, it's definitely lights out. Which I feel bad for Wilsonville because, the great year last year. They trounced on Comets. They've had some great high scores in other games as well.
And everybody. I mean, they really walloped everybody.
They did. That's what I'm saying. They had a lot of high scores against other teams. And so to come in here for your first game of the year, it's a bit defeating and deflating, but hopefully, they just realize 9 games to go. I guess 8 now because this one's going, but 9 games total, and they got a lot of work to do.
Swarming defense again.
Loss of about, 8, 9 yards, 7 yards?
And that front line really get a lot of penetration. Jimmy Jordahl, 52 right there. 78, William White. And Angel Perez, is that the front 3?
205, 210, 6'2", Jimmy Jordahl. That's a big kid right there.
That is their front 3, yes. So now it's 2nd and 17. And the blitz came again, and what a catch and concentration there. Mason Dean. I could easily, that tip up would have been an interception, but he was able to bring it down.
Amazing he didn't get hammered while he was in that sort of no man, sort of like waiting land. Able to grab that ball and get back down because I thought he was just going to get rocked.
Got to have that dog mentality, right? Get the ball, get the ball, get the ball. That's it. Don't worry about anything else going on. You just get the ball.
Yeah, you get a treat after.
Let's hope. 1:40 left here in the third quarter. 30-0 Prater Comets. 3rd and 16. Zach Geilman cannot hang on to it. That'll bring up 4th. And it's kind of
even if he pulled that one down, he wasn't going to go anywhere with that one. He was running backwards. Comets were coming in fast. I mean, even if he caught that one, he would have been tackled right away. Yeah. No yaks, for sure. I love yaks. What do you got on your hat there, Aaron? Is that a yak you got on your hat? Turn around.
Ram.
Oh, it's a ram. Yeah, it might as well be a yak.
Yakety yak.
That's one animal. I don't understand how they named that.
A yak?
A yak.
Yeah,
was Adam just like walking through the forest? The first time you've seen it, just freaks out. Yak! And that's what they call it.
Yak.
What the heck?
What the yak?
What's a yak?
And
another muffed punt.
And no matter what, Prater's taken over there into Wilsonville territory just past the 40. Wilsonville did recover. But that's a turnover on downs, right?
Yep.
Because
They
they
were
really
trying to
didn't punt it away.
Yeah.
So that's the 4th turnover for Wilsonville in this one.
So that's definitely one thing that you're going to be working on back next week, right? Is keeping possession of the ball. Coach is going to be hammering that into your heads. I remember I played football. If we lost a ball, lost a fumble, we were doing fumble drills the first couple of days, the following after that week.
Just a lot of snaps. Acreed, he's getting swarmed.
Oh, yeah, that was
pushed
just
back into Comet's territory.
Yeah, and that was just a bad handoff. Kind of from the get-go, it looked like it was a little bit of a messed up play.
Yeah, a lot of coaches will make the players who, if they don't have, well, they usually have footballs for everybody, but if they don't, then those who maybe were most of the fumblers and carried around all week, take it home with them. Don't let anyone take it. Almost intercepted. Probably should have been intercepted.
That should have, absolutely. That was a bad decision by Davis there. I think that's his worst decision he's made of the night. Really, the only bad one. By throwing that up into double coverage there, you're just tempting fate on that one. He was lucky that one went down and hit the ground, but that should have been an interception for sure.
Austin Russ was the defender on that one. 3rd and 19. At the 50. And that one incomplete again from Davis. In between everybody, just falls right to the ground.
Yeah, that came out a bit wonky, though. Was he hit as it was thrown, or did he get tipped there? I didn't see what happened right from the release, but the ball didn't come out right.
Didn't look tipped, I just missed it. Maybe it was a
slipped on his hand or something
on the pattern. Maybe he thought it was going to be more of a slant when the receiver was running a post. There another punt. Crater not punting much in this one. That one end over end and tackle down just past the 20. We're just 33 seconds away, 30 seconds away from the end of this 3rd quarter, head into the 4th. It looks like we got Jace Knapp still in for Wilsonville. Passing deep here, and that is through the hands. Blake Eaton not able to come up with that one. He had his eyes all over that. You could, I know his eyes would have been super wide for that. Seeing that ball come right there, going, I got it. I'm going to take this back to the house. And no.
Did you see Eaton when he missed it too? He was mad at himself. He was doing one of those double-fisted.
It's right in your hands.
You feel it, man. It's yours.
Sometimes that's not a shot on Eaton, but that's sometimes the reason why they're defenders. They're on defense is because they can't make that catch maybe as a wide receiver. But you can definitely bat it down. You can bat it down. You can be a great DB.
Get in the way. Just get your hands on it.
Another one. But this one well past.
Eaton there for the tackle out of bounds.
Josh McKenzie coming up with that one. Great throw. Great catch. They're right at midfield. One thing for sure, I'm sure Wildcats do not want to get shut out here at home, season opener. See if they get something put through. Going deep again. That's way too deep. That was into the Bermuda Triangle. Don't know where that is now.
Yeah, way overthrown. And I think, you just see a bit of an open receiver who's got a step. You get a little excited for a second. You just get too much arm into that, and that moment is those windows close so fast. And if you've never played football and if you don't know what it's like there on the field, it just happens so fast. And you just take one hesitation or just a little too much excitement and just one little tweak, and the whole play can be completely different than what you wanted. That's how you get your interceptions, you get your injuries.
Got the option. That's down to Grave, and Grave is going to lose 5 yards on this one. And that will end the third quarter. So Crater tacks on 9. 32-yard pass from Davis to Amison, and an intentional grounding by Wilsonville for a safety. Makes it 30-0. See the John Scott scoreboard. You're watching TableRockSports.net. We're right back after these messages.
Hi, I'm Officer Vargas with the Central Point Police Department, here to talk to you about our Explorer Post. If you're between the ages of 14 and 21, the Explorer Post could be a good opportunity for you to learn about a career in law enforcement. Explorers will learn about numerous aspects of the career in law enforcement, from ride-alongs, weekly trainings, and annual competition against other Explorer posts. For more information, come visit us at the Central Point Police Department or call us. The Central Point Police Department, dedicated to service, committed to excellence.
We are just really happy and fortunate that we are able to support their 4-H FFA programs. We're really proud of that.
Sherms, Food for Less, and Thunderbird, their support to this auction is just immeasurable. From not only purchasing the animals, but the support for the kids, the support for the expo grounds here. I cannot say enough about Sherm and Wanda and their contributions to the program and the fairground.
Beginning of the fourth quarter. Knapp is going to take this one himself. And down about the 48. And that was inbound, so the clock is still running. And they're going to bring the punt team back out. So what was promising after that great pass and catch to McKenzie, putting him down into the 50, ends in a possible punt. The last two punts haven't gone well. Let's see how this one goes.
The last two punts haven't gone at all?
At all, true. They haven't gone well, they haven't gone at all.
First game, new kids, young kids, they got to grow. It's all right.
And another bad snap. Hauserman was able to get it off, but it does not go far. Ends up going out about the 38-yard line, which is where Crater Commons will take over. And that's the thing. Hauserman's not really getting the good snaps. So one over his head, another low one. That was a low one. Actually hit the turf in front of him.
Rolled towards his feet. Yeah, exactly.
So they'll be working on that, I am sure. Those long snaps this next week in practice.
Long snapping's hard. All the other linemen, as soon as they are ready to go, they can pounce right up into that defender. They have a way to be able to support themselves. You got both your hands on the ball and you got to huck it back about 10 yards. You have no leverage, so you are vulnerable. Long snapping's tough.
That line helping Cameron Kramer push through for a few yards. Yeah, it takes a lot to be able to go ahead and long snap with one hand so that you can kind of have one up in defense already and have your head up. But yeah, to really put in a good snap as Kramer heads off, actually limping, you got to be able to have both hands, and he might be cramping up. It looks like. 2nd and 6. Davis gets that away. Douglas completed it, but down. really any gain on that one, actually. Maybe even lost. Oh, gain 1, so 3rd and 5.
Yeah, kind of just caught it and fell down. Couldn't really go anywhere. I mean, might as well take the completion. At least you're gaining a yard. That's just not one you always want to add to your stat line. Completion for 1 yard.
That was low, and they call a trapped catch on that one. So that means no catch. Bring up 4th down. So Crater ends up with 3 and out.
Aaron, the only thing I don't like about that series is all the passes. I mean, you're stopping the clock. I mean, yeah, there was the one completion, but that's not what you want to be doing right now. You want to just get that clock, wind down, get out of here. Got no injuries in the game, which is good. So far, everyone's been pretty healthy. I had a little bit of cramping and a couple of guys walking off, but nothing serious. And so, hey, if you can get away with no injuries, run this clock out. Wrap this one up.
Yeah, exactly. A win and a shutout thus far. That one well out of bounds. That one didn't go very far.
The win, you got to get the win, right? Having no injuries, that's also great. The shutout, I like it, I take it, but hey, not so worried about that.
Yeah.
So I just hope everyone continues playing fun here and go home, no injuries, week 1.
Yeah,
between these two guys.
Shutout probably plays into some sort of playoff ranking in the end, but...
Do they do a points total? This is something I don't know. When they're trying to fit the final pieces of the puzzle together for placements, is there a points total that works?
I know that a lot of it goes into the computer system. So when they're looking at it going strength of schedule, then they look at...
The algorithm is ridiculous.
Yeah. I believe points is Knapp is looking deep, but tipped. That was a great tip, actually. Caden Lassiter
couldn't see who
getting
it was.
his hand on it, just putting it out of the reach of Grave, who would have been open and well enough for a first down. But yeah, all of that goes into it. So who you played, points scored, points allowed, how the other team did against the other opponents.
Oh, all that plays into factor, eh?
Yeah. It's kind of like the BCS in college football, where you throw it all into a computer, which is, I think, how it used to be, but not so much anymore.
Because they had their playoff structure now that they're doing in college?
Yeah, so the BCS won the rankings, and it would just, they dump all the numbers in a computer, and let's let the computer figure it out, because we couldn't figure it out as humans. That one's deep and, almost intercepted, but...
Well, they would have had to figure it out to write the algorithm, right? So I'm sure some humans somewhere figured it out.
Somewhere they were having an effect
on it. The smart one in a cage, right?
Yes. And Robert Amison breaking it up over Mason Dean. That was 7-on-7. That was a 1-on-1. 1-on-1. That was, yeah.
I'm with you.
But, yeah, the BCS, which has now gone into the playoffs, and it's more just a vote. So it's always changing. There is no perfect solution. Someone's always going to be left out. Someone's always going to feel gypped, and it's always going to be left right on the outside on the bubble. But for what they have right here in high schools, it is just drop it in the system and let the numbers crunch, and there you get your playoff rankings. So it all does have an effect in the end, but of course the win's a win, and it doesn't matter. You'll keep playing if you keep winning. Wrapped up nicely.
And the Crater D keeps playing like this. They'll be doing a lot of winning. Remember, they let them run all the way down the field, and what a great stop right there at the 1 yard line, 1.5 yard line. That, I think, set the tone for the
beginning of the game.
I think so.
Yeah.
We've got another punt situation here.
Yes, another opportunity for a long snap, with it being 4th and 11. Is where Randy Waite and the Comets are going to probably try to get some of those backups in, second stringers, non-regulars, whatever you want to call them. They need to get some practice as well. I mean, up 30. Amison is going to take that one on the hop. Pick up about 5.
Much better long snap that time.
That's what you want.
Punter was able to easily handle it, bring it in, get himself set, and get it away with not too much pressure at him.
Someone else down for the Wildcats. Jack Kimball, if that is number 2.
I think he's 22.
22, Zach Galeman. Well, it's time for former high school athletes to get back in the game. Please consider becoming an OSAA official. There's a serious shortage statewide in all sports at all levels. It's kind of that theme every year, and hopefully if you remember the people that called your games in high school, you'll take your turn and visit newofficials.org to learn how you can get back in the game. That's newofficials.org. We talk about it every broadcast, and I reffed a few soccer games, and when the freshman to JV to varsity, I know it's all different situations and scenarios and emotions, and depending if it's a playoff game or a championship game. But no matter what, if you're worried about being a new official, I'd say don't, because if you're brand new, you're not going to get thrown into those pressure situations right away anyway. It's going to be the ones who are experienced, they're voted on, the refs who go to the playoffs and actually have those where the outcome is going to really make your decision might affect an outcome and people's seasons. Glad to see Galeman coming off.
Yeah,
a little assisted, but
he looks a bit wobbly. There might have been a head injury. I think they might have to look at that because he wasn't moving too much in the ground. He doesn't look like anything's hurt. He's not limping. He just kind of a bit spacey looking. Do you remember the refs that called your games? I don't remember any of them, but they were always there. We always had refs. We never had a game forfeit because there was no umps. And so it's a thankless job, but you know what? It's a lot of fun getting out there, running around with the kids. I umpired T-ball. And this is...
Wow. Acree, there is his speed. Down to about the 22. Pushed out of bounds finally. That was a huge gain. But yeah, the refs are always there. You hope that the game is played to where you don't notice them.
Right.
Really, and it's kind of like a good editor. You don't ever notice a good editor.
Yeah, true.
When you're talking about music or movies or videos, things like that. Refs,
being an actor, I notice good editors because they make my crappy acting look really good. And editors that are good are amazing.
Yes.
I love good editors.
That one thrown up, but it was held up, and that's incomplete. So let me get that clock back down to what it should be, about 7:48 here on the scoreboard. Brings up a 2nd and 10. Yeah, good editors can really make magic. But usually the bad ones you really notice. You notice because they're like, wait, what was that doing? That scene was next to that scene. That should have been there. Or audio dropped completely. Or that person was over here. Now they're over there. Yeah.
Transitions get glitchy. Scene to scenes.
Davis, they're just going deep. That one broken up. Brings up 3rd and 10. Kind of curious to me why they're not bringing up more running plays.
That's what I said in the last series.
Let the clock run.
Exactly. That's what I said in the last series. You know, they had a completion there for a yard, right, when he fell on, Douglas fell on top of it or whatever. But, yeah, incompletions. You don't need to be going 30 yards. Get this clock moving.
Or just a short pass, but not anything deep where it's a good chance of it becoming incomplete because it stops the clock. And Davis rolling back again. There's a short pass. This will at least keep the clock running. Not going to be a first down. Davis practicing his kicking. He might be.
You know, and that might be what Waite is doing as well. You know, he's got a great lead. First game of the season. Let's go out and try some of these plays we've been wanting to work on, or that we're going to maybe need later or down in the year. You know, work on some of these plays that if we're in a situation where we need it's a 3rd and 15. You know, what do we got in our playbook that we can maybe try right now because it doesn't matter.
True.
I mean, who knows what they're thinking, right? I'm just kind of throwing out possibilities there. If I'm a coach, I'm thinking, let's get this thing out of here, get my kids home. I don't want no one hurt. That's how I would look at it. But, if you get an opportunity to practice, maybe that's, you're taking that advantage too, yeah.
This will be a... Let's see what the stop is here.
Delay a game?
Looks like it. Bump it back 5 yards. So the 35-yarder, or excuse me, yes, the 34-yarder becomes a 39-yarder. And actually, he's got 6 yards. No, he's 7 back, so it'll be 46 from here. He's got enough leg. That one is good. Davis doing with his legs as well, but not the running like he was doing with kicking. So it is now 33-0 Crater over Wilsonville.
Now I kind of want to see the shutout.
Well, at this point, yeah.
Now I'm kind of like, I want to see it now. You're right there. Trainers over here on the Wilsonville Wildcats working with Zach Galeman, helmet off. He's seeming to be okay. They're just working with him with his balance. He's stretching about a bit. Hopefully he's going to be all right to be able to play again next week. I hate to see injuries, man. That's one of the, it's part of it. I played football. I played hockey. These sports, they're rough and tough. You're going to get hurt. Good thing is these guys are young and they got a good opportunity to heal again. But seeing players get hurt when they're out there on a Friday night, that's always a bummer.
And it is concussion protocol is what the trainer's going through with Galeman.
Yep.
Giving him the neurological tests. He passes those. And he gets the... Well, still, I've been going through this because I'm going to become as we talk about, a junior Comets soccer coach, and that's touched into the end zone, which will be a touchback, come back to the 20. But me becoming a youth soccer coach, I've been going through that this last week. A sideline doc is a training I've been going through, and that's part of it is concussion protocol and testing for it, the quick tests you can do, and I see that he's going through that. Yeah, it's not something that is fun to deal with. Concussions, it could put you out for days or weeks, even depending on how bad it was.
It could put you out for life, right, depending how bad it is. I mean, it could end your career. It's amazing, though, how much research and science has gone behind that, because have you ever been checked in your life for a concussion protocol?
No, I do. After a couple years later, I heard about it. I'm like, his grave is just taken down well behind the line of scrimmage. It looks like we're going to have a timeout by Wilsonville.
I thought I saw a flag too there. There's a flag on the field.
It wasn't until later that I realized, I probably had a mild concussion at that point when that happened on the field. So I diagnosed myself, but it wasn't until years later when I was thinking about it.
Oh, and you realize, that probably was a concussion.
Yeah. I was playing soccer and football and everything. I hit my head a lot.
Me too.
But it was never to that point where it was a concussion.
I wiped out on my bicycle so many times too. One time when I was about 15, I was riding it to work and I woke up in the hospital. I was in a bike wreck. Never wore a helmet. I passed out for about 3 hours. I was knocked out.
Wow.
Yeah, I woke up about 3 hours later. So I tell you, I probably had 1 million concussions, and it's great to see the doctors taking care of the kids like this nowadays. I didn't have that when I was younger.
It's becoming more severe, especially with the research that's come out and the whole CTE, I believe, right? CTE is the disease, the thing that happens to people who get concussions over time. A lot of the football players have come out with that.
And they get angry and violent later on in life, yeah.
And they could kill them, yeah.
Yeah.
Whew. So with that coming out and realization of what has been going on in some of our sports, we'll become a little more tighten the reins on that.
And kids are bigger these days and stronger, you know what I mean? They're working out more, and
that's what it's all about, bigger, stronger, faster.
Yep, it's football.
That was the sign in my weight room in high school. It was bigger, stronger, faster.
Isn't that a Kanye song? Stronger?
Yeah, you got faster, stronger. Yeah. It's a great song.
It is a good song. Although Kanye's crazy. I think he's probably had a concussion or two.
Maybe. But yeah, he's definitely put out some good music. What don't kill you can only make you stronger or something. Yeah, that one. That's in a lot of warm-ups. That caught well.
Nice catch.
Just about a yard shy of the first down.
Oh, but that was some great concentration there by Dart. Fingertip catch right there at the sideline. That was nicely done.
4th and 1.
And they're bringing out a punt team again, it looks like.
And that's I'm trying to get the time right on your screen with the play clock. The problem is when I look down here and the refs give the clue for keep the time running because they're in bounds, and then I look and the time clock has stopped up there, so I keep it going, but then I look and I'm off by 20 seconds. And there's good snap, good punt. I'll let that one run. That gets a Wilsonville bounce. Down to about the 26.
Down by the Wildcats at the 26-yard line.
If fans stop into any one of the 7 Siskiyou Cellular locations in Southern Oregon for a wide range of your wireless needs. For over 25 years, Siskiyou Cellular has been keeping customers connected to people and things that matter most. Check out the latest individual, family, and business plans with all the latest smartphones, tablets, hotspots, and accessories. Siskiyou Cellular, presenting sponsor of Table Rock Sports. I'm still on my Samsung Galaxy S5. You got the S9.
I do have a 9.
Fancy pants?
It's a 9 Plus, actually. My pants are really fancy. And the only reason why I got it,
you wear plus size.
I dropped my other one last year. So hopefully this one I can hang on to for a while.
Acree to the outside. Did some blocking. And pushing through for a first down.
Great call. That's what I think you got to be doing. Run it, run it, run it, run it, run it.
Got pushed out of bounds, so it stops the clock, but you can't really avoid that when you run towards the sideline.
Yeah, no, sure. But, you know, you're going to kill a time there. That's going to 20 seconds just from the play alone, right?
So we're now under 5 minutes. And there's another run. And just swiping people to the side, just pushing them aside. Brady Brock is still going, taken down inside the 35.
It's been a while since we heard from the fans. I'm sure they're kind of bummed at how this first one ended out.
Coming off that high from last season, ultimately losing by 3 to Thurston in the championship game, but still slaughtering people. And now losing 33-0 here at home. Yeah, and Acree, that's easy for him. He's in for the score. 39-0. That's a 33-yard run from Acree. So the bad gets worse.
I was just going to say, what do you do now? I mean, it's, late in the fourth here, home, no score.
I think you got to put this behind you and start thinking about what you're going to have for dinner.
Oh, yeah, totally.
Your late dinner.
I'm on to the next game.
Get some rest.
I'd throw some kids out there, let some juniors play, or some freshmen, some sophomores.
That one right through the uprights for Davis. 40-0, Crater.
Yeah, don't forget to add that stat, right? Passing, rushing, kicking.
Defense shut out all the sacks, the pressure they've been putting on the Wildcats. Honestly, I did not expect this result tonight. I thought it was going to be a lot closer than this.
I'm right there with you, Aaron. I think the exact same way, especially coming into it, especially after the first drive by the Wildcats. I just have flashbacks of last year and thinking, oh, no, here we go. But it's been all Comets.
Sports fans, we know you like to access our games as you are doing right now, and you do that on your mobile devices, but how many of you knew we had an app for that?
I did.
All right, so we got 2. I'll count myself, and looks like we got 3 other people in the back there. I can see you raising your hands. The TRS app is available through the Apple and Android stores. Be sure to check out TableRockSports.com each week for our features and our news feeds updated daily. Follow at Table Rock Sports on Twitter and Instagram. Of course, our Facebook page is a great way to check out some of our features. And our own Demi DeSoto is covering McNary at North Medford Spiegelberg Stadium in Medford tonight. Handles most of those duties. Does a great job. A lot of great athletes and sports and stories and things going around the whole state of Oregon he shares on our Facebook. So it's not going to be biased in any sense that it's only going to be Southern Oregon sports. He puts a lot up there that's affecting all of Oregon sports. Maybe another touchback.
I think it went out of bounds. Was it? Did he call touchback? I thought it went out of bounds. I could be wrong.
I thought it was, well, maybe they're bringing it up to the, they're
bringing
it
it
up to the 35, so it was out of bounds before the end zone. So here's some field position for Wilsonville to start with. 4 minutes to go.
I'm thinking Zach Guyman's going to be done for the night. He got his helmet sitting here in this chairs, and he's standing there with his team, which is a good sign. They haven't taken him off or had him leave at all, but probably won't be seeing the field again today.
Oh, and that has to be incomplete. That is incomplete. What a hit.
Oh,
for Bruce.
Great D.
Bruce Kwilinski?
Oh, Kwilinski.
Yep. Kwilinski. Eyes are all over that. A little feedback. Hopefully hear that static. And might be enough for the first down.
Well, there's still some crowd here because I heard some applause from that run, so that's good. Not all the Wildcats have gone home.
Yeah, it's Wilsonville. All those fans are right below us. We can't see them.
Can't see him, but we had a crowd mic hanging down there, so you can definitely hear him.
It is third down. Third and long 2. Hicks pressure from behind, and he's taken down.
Well, that one started with a bad snap. He had to pick that up off the ground, and there was pressure coming in from the backside. He didn't even see it coming. I don't even think he felt it because he didn't even feel like he was running that quick. He just kind of was jogging over to the right there.
Yeah, that's that left side, that blind side, as a right-handed thrower. You have no idea what's coming behind you. And even by the time someone recognizes it and tries to inform you that someone's there, it's too late and you're already down.
Oh, yeah. Because they're already running full tilt. So then if you've got to pick up your speed, you're – and that's what I was saying earlier about how just those one quick little hesitations, one little quick of an overthrow, just small little nuances and things that you do to your game can change an outcome of a play or an entire series or whole game.
And that's down into the 30 now. Acre just teasing. Game's coming up, so let's get to Wilsonville.
Willamette.
They are going to be at Churchill next week, so not going to be easy. I don't know what the scores are for Churchill's game tonight, but they'll be at Churchill, back home versus Cleveland, and then at Hillsboro, and that wraps up their September. So home away. Crater will have 2 straight home games. They got Willamette next week, and then the big one is Thurston on the 20th, the defending champions. As Perez on offense now bulldozing through into Wildcat territory. That'll be another first down.
And that was reminiscent of Tony Flores last year. That's exactly what I was talking about, how he was a rock, a boulder. He would just run 2-3 people sometimes having to pull him down. He was just he was so fun to watch.
And Coach Waite for Crater talking about the loss of Flores. Well, Perez does that. I think you got a good replacement.
Yeah. It's kind of like how James Conner filled in for Le'Veon Bell when he decided not to play last year. The Steelers and Conner just did great, right? You got to have that next guy up on the totem pole who's going to come out and run. And if that's going to be Perez here, let's see it. Start feeding him the ball a bit. I mean, it's hard to do that, though, when your QB runs for over 100 yards in the first half, right? I mean, he was just doing great out there.
Another first down from Perez, taken out of bounds. Wow. He looks like a first-teamer.
And he hasn't really carried the ball at all tonight.
No, he hasn't. He's been on defense doing a lot, terrorizing on defenses. Blake Eaton, by the way, too, is now in backup for Crater. So Davis sits down.
Yeah, we saw Eaton a couple of times last year. And I think, actually, we saw Eaton at the game Wilsonville last year when they were winning 75 to whatever it was. I don't even want to say it. It makes my stomach turn.
91-3. No. Hey,
we did see Blake Eaton a couple times
putting
last
up
year.
45 on Wilsonville last year. You knew the offense was there.
Yeah.
It was just the defense. And they've got that sorted out so far. Price taken down for not so big of a gain this time around, but still a few yards. And even the game before us here, West Salem, it was girls soccer. West Salem taking down Wilsonville 5-0. So it's been a rough night for Wilsonville fans on this field today.
Exactly. Yeah, not just for football. And now they're going into kill the clock formation. They're not going to put it up on Wilsonville anymore. You know what? And that's a good call, right? You could come in with some revenge. Like, they had a couple of huge scores on them last year. You got this game in tow. It's all yours. Perez is just pushing the ball down the field. Yeah, let's just take a knee and let's end this one. You know, I respect that. No sense in just hammering some more points on there. Although I bet you the boys back there were like, come on, coach, come on, coach.
Exactly, we're so close.
Come on,
let's
coach.
Just one more.
They killed us last year, coach. Come on.
One more.
What a great turnout here with a shutout. Ending this one 40-0.
This should be the final kneel down of the game. And that will do it as the time runs down. Just about 10 seconds left. Crater taking down Wilsonville 40-0. You can see Crater is very excited. Right there in the middle of the field. They're very happy about this win.
Wouldn't you be?
Well, of course. Yeah, that's goes without saying, I think, for what they endured at the hands of Wilsonville in those two games last year. To come here back to Wilsonville, first game of the season, put it to them, both sides of the ball. They got to feel pretty good about themselves and pretty proud. You got to stay with us for the MyCircleK.com postgame show, which comes your way next. Recap the scoring, look at some of the stats, select our Southern Oregon Sports Commission player of the game, and we'll check the John L. Scott scoreboard around the state, all during the MyCircleK.com postgame show coming up next. We will be right back right after these messages. You're watching TableRockSports.net.
K is your on-the-go tailgate headquarters. Whether it's a home game or a road game, when you need a big play, call on My Circle K. From their always fresh premium brewed coffee, ice-cold fountain drinks and sodas, fresh made-for-travel deli items. When it comes to special teams, nothing is more special than My Circle K's Kickback Reward Program. Rewards every purchase, every time. Find them, follow them, throw a tailgate party with them. MyCircleK.com.
It takes meticulous planning, continuous monitoring, and forward thinking to deliver the perfect 3-egg omelet.
Hi, I'm Officer Vargas with the Central Point Police Department, here to talk to you about our Explorer Post. If you're between the ages of 14 and 21, the Explorer Post could be a good opportunity for you to learn about a career in law enforcement. Explorers will learn about numerous aspects of the career in law enforcement, from ride-alongs, weekly trainings, and annual competition against other Explorer Posts. For more information, come visit us at the Central Point Police Department or call us. The Central Point Police Department, dedicated to service, committed to excellence.
We are just really happy and fortunate that we are able to support their 4-H FFA programs. We're really proud of that.
Sherms, Food for Less, and Thunderbird, their support to this auction is just immeasurable. From not only purchasing the animals, but the support for the kids, the support for the expo grounds here. I cannot say enough about Sherm and Wanda and their contributions to the program and the fairground.
Welcome back. This is the MyCircleK.com post-game show. Aaron Nilsson, Danny Canada, and well, what to say about that? There's a lot of stats. Comets lit up the stat sheet. We don't have final stats on that. We do have a few. I'll go over those real quick. But 40-0. See that? Complete game on both sides of the ball. Crater had 16 first downs in the game. Wilsonville had 10. Turnovers. Crater only had 2. Wilsonville 4. Crucial turnovers for Wilsonville. And Crater the score in place. It was all Crater. Of course, 6-yard pass in the first from Davis to Jasko. The second, 1-yard run keeper by Davis, and then a 9-yard pass from Davis to Douglas. Put him up 21-0 at halftime, and from there you could see really that Wilsonville was struggling and Crater had this. 32-yard pass in the third from Davis to Amoson. Put him up 28-0, and then intentional grounding, which was the high snap over the head of Hauserman into the end zone. He threw it out. Safety, 30-0 going into the fourth, and then a 46-yard field goal from Davis put him up 33-0, and a 33-yard touchdown run from Acre put him up 40-0, and that was your final score. What are your thoughts, Danny?
Well, first of all, the first thought I want to say is I was able to get down there and talk to the trainer, and I asked about Zach. I said, how's he doing? She said, he'll be okay, so hopefully week of rest.
Passed all the protocol. So
yep.
I was like,
hopefully he'll be all right. Week of rest, be able to be in a uniform, to be able to come out and play for the Wildcats next week. That's the first thing I want to say, because the kids getting out there, hustling and working all day during practice, during game day. You hate to see injuries, so hopefully things will be good for Zach. I want to say, what a great turnaround, you know? Think about when you've faced a team before, because you've played sports.
Oh, yeah.
And you already know that you've struggled. They've whipped you a couple of times. They knocked you out of playoffs. Coming in here, I'm sure they've got that on their You can say it's a new year, it's a new season, shrug it off, but it's in the back of your head. And the very first series with the Wildcats running down, I was thinking, oh, no, here we go again. It's like the Comets weren't even there on defense until they held them for fourth down, got a turnover on downs on the 1-yard line. That was where the switch was after the first drive. After that was all Comets. And it was all Comets' favor, and I think they definitely shrugged off last year. They are going to be a sleeper 5A pick. I like that article we talked about at the beginning of this. I think Coach Wade has done a great team putting this team together, and I think the boys out there proved it today.
And sleeper pick, well, 2 big home games coming up. Willamette, Thurston. Thurston, the biggest one, September 20th, 2 weeks' time from tonight at Dutchmeyer Field. At North Bend, that rounds out their September. But really, they kind of get them right on. We've got Ashland Eagle Point later, Churchill at the very end of the season. They got them at home. But this was a huge test. And again, despite Wilsonville losing 35 seniors, only having 1 full-time starter, Noah Oakes, a center, come back, Overton leaving, the incredible year he had last year. First game of the season again, just to put your fingerprint on the league.
Yeah.
Really, and put a hold on it and just to announce yourself that, hey, you know what? We're good.
Mm-hmm.
We're probably even better than last year. And look what we just did at Wilsonville at home, 40-0. So this is going to be great for them going at home next week. Fans got to love it. Should be loud and crazy next week. Willamette, They make it 2-0, and then you got Thurston, defending state champions. Then that week after, that place is gonna be rocking.
That'll be the next opportunity for the Comets to put their fingerprint on the league. Because if they can come away with another win there, and they could beat Thurston to league championship and start this year at 3-0, that's a fantastic.
There's no one to stop them at that point. I mean, only themselves.
Right. That's a fantastic way to start, and like you say, a fantastic way to put your fingerprint onto a new season. So. I'm excited for these games coming up here. It's going to be great. I'm glad they're home. I wish we could have started this one at home because I wish all you Crater fans could have seen this 40-0 rout. But hey, it's a long season. We've got 8 more games to go, and who knows? It's football. Anything can happen, right?
That's for sure. And we only have, as far as a roundup of all the scores to try to get through, Astoria 41-14 over Scappoose. That's the only score that we have coming through. Everything else is still live, so fortunately, we don't have a roundup of the other scores. What's going on? We can't give you that. But we gave you what's next week and what's coming up. And
gave you a great game tonight.
Amazing game. We'll have these highlights as well as all the other games around Southern Oregon that you might want to catch, and including Grant. A lot of games going on tonight, 5A, 6A, 4A. Everybody's playing tonight pretty much. Cascade Christian. We're going to have all those games for you on Friday Night Football tonight. Joe Brett, Minnesota. I'm Demi will be there, but Joe Brett will be there. I know he was covering some games in Merlin, maybe possibly North Valley High School, but a lot of highlights for you. We'll get some of these highlights for you too. So get that roundup tonight. That's at about 11:10 or 11:15 tonight. So an hour and a half from now, got to get these highlights to them. So
we won't even be at Eugene by then.
No, we won't. We had a long drive, but that's all right. Hopefully, you all enjoyed this game. We did.
Sure did.
I'm glad no one got seriously hurt. But thank you for everyone for watching. And, of course, every week we've got games. We've got a lot of content. What do you say? It's kind of a no-brainer, I think, but our Southern Oregon Sports Commission player of the game?
Davis.
Trevor Davis, yes.
Got to be Trevor Davis. He just he ran this offense like a pro. And you could tell the leadership he had there because his line was blocking for him. Other receivers are out there blocking for him when he's running. The receivers where they needed to be when he was throwing, and I just think he commanded this football team today. And congratulations, Trevor Davis. I definitely would pick you as a player of the game. And the stats alone, over 100 yards rushing in the first with a run touchdown and 2 pass touchdowns. I mean, those are numbers that if you could have that in a professional game, you'd be a stud. 100 yards rushing, 3 touchdowns. Come on. That was first half. Exactly. So definitely it would have to be Trevor Davis. And some great looks, too, from some other Comets. Dawson Douglas, that's a name that I think we'll be hearing a lot this year, Someone newer to the team, definitely not someone who was on the radar last year. Acree, he was consistent, which was he needed to be there to be called upon. I love seeing Perez here at the end of the game. Hopefully we'll see some more of him throughout the season, especially if he's going to be rolling through people like Flores used to. That was fun to watch.
Oh, yeah.
And some great D, too. So some great defense, some blocked pass. What's his name? Lassiter, excuse me. Caden Lassiter. Yeah, broken up some passes and some almost interceptions by some of the Ds. So I think Davis would be the player for sure, but a lot of great mentionables on the Comets.
We'll go with that for sure.
I'm glad to be back. Thanks, Aaron.
Yeah, it's good to be back for sure. We'd like to thank Wilsonville High School Athletic Director Dennis Burke for hosting the Lithia Superstore Game of the Week on TableRockSports.net. And for tonight's broadcast, special thanks to head coaches Adam Gunther and Randy Waite on both sides. Next Table Rock Sports production will be tomorrow. I don't know who's covering it, but I know we have some soccer tomorrow in the afternoon. And then we got some volleyball started up next week, and plenty of football and plenty of soccer. So check every week, maybe every day, because we got a lot of games coming your way. You can also check out the great features on our updated website at TableRockSports.net and follow us online at Facebook.com/TableRockSports and on Twitter at TableRockSports. Hope you enjoyed this free broadcast made possible by our sponsors' support. Again, tune in tonight, Channel 10, Friday Night Football at 11:10. You see the highlights from all of these. Only highlights Channel 10 will have from all of our Table Rock Sports teams. Also watch for teams live on set each week on Friday Night Football. Again, the final score on the John L. Scott scoreboard, Crater 40, Wilsonville 0. This has been a special presentation of Table Rock Sports with Danny Canada. I'm Aaron Nilsson saying thanks for watching, A good night from Wilsonville High School here in Wilsonville, Oregon.